Okay, let me put this up here. Hey guys, give me a second. Let me put the link. Let me put the link in for let me go to the other link. Give me 1 second. Sorry, y'all. I have this other computer, and I'm trying to get. Give me a second, really quickly. Let me just go through here. We'll do that. Okay, so sorry, y'all. I have I'm on a new computer, so bear with me because I'm trying to get my stuff situated, and I got to close out a lot of these windows. So hold on, and then I gotta okay, let me find something. How are you guys doing on this Saturday? Okay, no, we can't have that. I'm trying to find. Hold on. I'm trying to look for that link that I was sent. On this dusting. Hold on, I gotta. I'm trying to find this video that was sent to me. On these trash bag bandits. Sorry, you guys, I got everything just over here doing the most. I'm gonna have to, hey Nyla, I'm gonna have to send the video from my other computer over to the new one because I don't, so y'all gonna have to give me a second here. Let me shut off this computer really quickly, and I'll come back on camera after I find out, after I find this video real fast. But how are you guys doing? Nyla, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you? I'm excited about this stream.
I am too. I sent my sister the link, but I just don't know. I mean, she's in the UK, so she might have fell asleep. She might have done a number of different things. It's late over there, but I feel like this is an important discussion to have, especially in light of, you know, the stream that you did yesterday on those trash bag bandits. And then my sister, like, why is it so hot in here? Hold on, I gotta get, like, it is just hot in here, and I just don't get it because it's like pouring down rain. Oh, okay, so yeah, I won't be getting into that computer anytime soon. They're working on updates. I'm gonna get up and grab my fan really quickly because I'm hot. And I'll be right back.
Yep. So I hope everybody's doing good. Hey, what's going on? What is going on, you guys? It's time to get into a little Dusty Naker news, I presume. I hope everybody's doing good.
Discussion that, listen, I know a lot of Black women are reluctant to have, even though they won't acknowledge that they're reluctant to have it, because a lot of Black women, I would say most, are still bound by the conditioning of our community to protect Black men 24/7. The issue is that Black men are not socialized to protect Black women. And so you have an imbalance here where you have the men who want to simp for other men and protect other men, all the while attacking Black women. And this isn't something that's just in the States. And so I saw some people in the comment section throwing out some statistics. And look, I don't really care which trash bag bandit chooses to get triggered. At the end of the day, if you are not triggered by the fact that all of this stuff is true, then you are part of the problem. Mm-hmm. And let me tell the men right now, you're not going to come in here and police what Black women are saying. You're not going to do that. What's going to happen is Black women are going to be allowed to express their opinions. And if you don't like it, you just don't like it at the end of the day. Like, I'm tired of dudes coming over here thinking that they get to say that they support Black women, but then whenever Black women start speaking, you know, how about their experiences. Let me try whenever Black women start speaking about our experiences and talking about what we think about Black men, the narrative changes. All of a sudden, there isn't all of that support that they said that they had. All of that support goes out the window. But this is a very real issue.
Yes, it is.
This is a very real issue. At the end of the day, oh, hold on. Wait, what is this?
Right, pretty.
How am I not? Like, this popped up because I wanted to okay, yeah, I need to get ad blocker back on this.
They're messing with they're talking about us in the comments of that stream that we did yesterday, and particularly they're bothering Irene because I guess for some reason bringing in the whole male accountability, especially when it comes to you know, the male and female strength dynamic and controlling the room with the right temperament, they had an issue with that. Like it's just crazy how like they have been cultured by their mothers, the Queen Mother, Shahrazad Ali, people like that, to not be accountable for their actions. So
well, and you that's one of the biggest issues is that Black men tend to gravitate towards spaces where they're not going to be held to any accountability. They don't really want to do better. They don't want to be better men. And that's why more discussions like this need to be had. We need to be talking more about the very real threat that Black men pose to Black women, because all of them don't love you the way that you think that they do. And I think that they have a good way of showing that they really just don't care. And so when we talk about the global threat that is Black men, I feel like that needs to be discussed from a number of different avenues, because people think that, you know, it's just a threat because of what a Black man physically will do to you. But you also have to think about being in association with Black men and what that does as well. Because really now being even being in proximity to a Black man, okay, here's the video. I'm about to send it over to myself. Because when we get deep into this discussion, I want to talk about the, sorry, y'all don't see my computer over here, but no, we ain't opening that. We send it over. Sorry, you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to send this over to the OneDrive.
Can I just say them bangs are popping, girl.
Okay. Thank you. Although I don't even, can y'all believe I really don't like hair? I just deal with it because of the aesthetics of it.
Really?
Yeah, it looks nice, but it's annoying to me.
It is. Our hair is annoying. Like I was just thinking, I need to make a mud mask for my hair because it's time for me to give myself a protein treatment. It's such a bother.
Okay. Can I post the link? Okay, let me post the link in here so we can all get up here. My two of my sisters are gonna come join us.
Awesome.
But I really think that I really do believe that we need to understand the gravity of the situation that we're in, because a lot of people know, like me and Nyla, kind of just recently came to the realization that of Black male psychology and the gravity of it. And that put me in a weird space. Like when I first realized who Black men were psychologically, and I realized their disposition, what they've been doing, that was hard for me. It was hard for me to realize and acknowledge that this is something that this behavior that we see now is behavior that Black men have been engaging in. And so we've seen a recent rise of situations where, because you have so many Black men in these spaces who are pushing a narrative that Black women somehow was in this alliance with men of no color, that Black women have historically committed acts of treason. We just saw how Godfrey completely spazzed out on Black women. The same Black women that he says he supported, he spazzed out on them, started calling them names, making threats about them. So I feel like Black men's pathology and the danger that the majority of them pose to Black women is being exposed. But we never are actually able to get into those discussions. We're never able to talk about how, you know, just as humans, Black men don't have any respect for Black women, just even as humans on a human level. And that's why we hear them with the language that they have, because they dehumanize Black women.
Yep. Dehumanize. It's just really like what, you know, just like you said, coming to the realization who a lot of them are, it's really jarring. And well, you know this, like we're always texting back and forth. Like, I cannot believe, you know, like it's something that it's really like somebody put a bucket of ice water to see, and just going back and revisiting, listening to streams, reading comments, looking at blog posts of what they say and listening to what they're currently doing. And at first thinking, okay, they're just being obnoxious and just trying to get attention. But like with the Godfrey situation, with the stuff that Kevin Samuels is promoting, with the man that, you know, we were talking to on the phone that day, that called into the stream, who, you know, we need to, you know, you guys are the biggest threat. There is a serious problem here. And it's like you said, it's not isolated to just here. There's something wrong.
Like even now when you hear men like in these spaces, they're super aggressive when it comes to a woman. Like they can tell you the blueprint of how they're going to force submission on a woman, putting them in dust bowl situations. They'll literally sit there and talk about how they'll knock you out. Like even, and I'm going to show that part. I'm just waiting for my sisters to get here because I want them to see the part of that. Because I want people to understand that you literally have these men, regardless of their sexual orientation, because now we know in that particular video, you're dealing with homosexual men. And one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that when a Black man puts himself in the LGBTQ community, he feels as though the rules don't apply, where somehow because he doesn't have relationships with women, that then gives him a pass to be physically violent with other women. So they end up competing. And I've already told you guys this about the kitten in heels. We already know he has a blatant disdain for Black women specifically. And usually when a man shows that he has a lot of hatred for women, it is because he is, number one, competing with them. He had a faulty relationship with his mother. Maybe he was deprived of a titty when he was younger. There's a lot of things that end up happening that accounts for that. But nonetheless, they end up having a very aggressive attitude towards women. And that is what a lot of Black men are doing, because they are cowardly, because they can't compete with other men, because they can't express this aggression towards men who have already shown and proven to them that they will take it to wherever it needs to go. They are now expressing that rage towards Black women. And this is something that a lot of look, there are Black women in my comment section who will be like, well, I'm married. And so therefore, since I'm married, then we already know that all Black men are not like this. And it's like, your one Black man doesn't do anything. So thank you, Crystalline, the pink pill. She said, hi, Sin, really appreciate your commentary on Godfrey. We may not see eye for everything, but I really appreciated the advice you gave Black women about exploring their options. Absolutely, and I want more Black women to continue to explore their options. And quite frankly, and I hate to say this, and I was actually having a discussion about this, and this relates to the Godfrey situation. Because as I've come into the realization of Black male psychology, it dawned on me that the only men that a Black woman can attach herself to that is going to shake up Black men and bring them to the reality of what they're losing is unfortunately a white man. Yep. Look at how Godfrey had this meltdown by simply seeing a picture. And I don't know, like, Nyla, did you go into the comment section?
Yes, I did. Yes.
And did you see Black men in that comment section? Because it's like they can sit here and say that they don't really care. They can sit here and say whatever they want to. They can say, well, white men are not marrying you guys. Like, literally, I have one of my sisters, she's getting married to really the second white man, a wealthy white man as well. She didn't have to go call in to a kitten in heels with a male glitch in his bed to find an actual real high value man and get married. So
just say why, like the whole calling in to a man that is just basically expressing his gay rage onto you about a relationship with these men are not, they're in competition with women financially. They're competing with Black women on a financial basis. This is why they had meltdowns over the Goldman Sachs situation. They're in competition with you for these men. What we saw with the Fresh and Feminine podcast was what? We saw gay rage. Yeah. We saw that being enacted on a woman. That was rage. That was anger. But they still have that male strength dynamic, even though they act like women, which makes them dangerous.
Well, the thing of it is that it's so many, like, it's such a multifaceted discussion, because there's so many layers as to why they're acting like that. The first reason they're acting like that, but let me thank you, Agent X0126. Kristen said, just because you're speaking facts is full support for me. Thank you so much. I do appreciate the support, but it's a multi-layer situation, because you have one aspect of there's no men who are raising their children. But then you have the dynamic of the mentality of most Black men. So even when they are raising their children, are they raising, let me get let me get Irene up here. When they are raising their children, how are they raising their children? Because we've heard men in this space, and Nyla, you know, there's been situations when Black men would be in this space and say they have sole custody of their children, and their mindset is so trash that it's like, okay, well, we already know, based on your mindset, you're only going to reinforce the notion that women should be leading men, but they should also be submitting to the very men that they're supposed to lead. You're inferior to him. You need to choose better. You're choosing to be a single mom, and it's just like the socialization is trash. It really is. The socialization is trash at the end of the day.
Absolutely. That group would, if they could pick a handmaid's tale type scenario for Black women, that's exactly what it would be. It's, you are supposed to be subservient, submissive, and cooperative to mediocrity, and like it. I mean, to sit up there and see countless women day after day dehumanized, just, you know, talked down to, and ask for more. Like, this is why they're walking around thinking that they're the prize, because, and I don't even understand the levels of desperation. They have trained women to learn how to get along without them. Take that training and do better. Okay. They've already made it to where you know that you can be independent. You know that you can have good credit, nice cars, buy a house, and do all that kind of stuff without them. Walk in it now. Like, and even I know that a lot of women are having this thing where they don't want to appear to be ratchet. I don't want to, I want to be feminine. Don't let these men control what femininity is to you, right? Especially when they're expressing feminine behaviors to you. Those women on these shows, think about what happened on Fresh and Fit. Him threatening to throw that woman by her hair, right? They'll
Yep.
say, okay, look at her being ratchet. But rewind to Miss Average at best. I keep
Yep.
forgetting her name. She was what they would call submissive. She was cooperative. She wasn't argumentative. She didn't get loud. She was a six-figure earner. She was educated. She was there willing to seek advice from him for whatever reason, but she still got the same ratchet dragging that the other woman got. So as far as I'm concerned, you should probably be as toxically feminine as you possibly can. The girl on Fresh and Fit probably should have been walking tables and peeing on the floor because she got treated no differently than if she had actually did it. You might, it's to the point where what is the point? Because if you behave well, you get dragged. If you behave in the manner that they put you in, because they put that girl in a position to act up. There were 10,000 live viewers while they were embarrassing her, and they expected her to act like and behave like a princess. Why?
We're gonna go over that. I don't know if Irene is coming up, and because I sent her the link, and I want to welcome Ella to the discussion because she's here, and I know she didn't see it. I'm waiting for Onyx to show up so that I can play it because it's very telling. It is very telling.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ella.
Hello.
Hey, Ella.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. I'm just, I want to show you this video so we can talk about this because I think this is something that really needs to be discussed at this point. Like these men, like what was the most thing that was disturbing about me is the fact about this whole situation is the fact that these dudes literally did this while on a live stream. So they had no fear of any type of recourse at all. No fear. No fear of any consequence at all. And it's a problem because it's not just them. You can look at the hostile, aggressive, angry attitude that they have. And that's why when we get into the discussion of, and I had this discussion a while back and a lot of people freaked out because I said, are Black women safer in a system of white supremacy than they are if they were in a system of Black male rulership? Which one would be safer for them? And right now, we are safer out of their rulership. We're safer now.
Why would you want to be under the rulership of someone that's never ruled? Like, why would you want to be under management of inexperienced people?
Well, actually, Black men have ruled for times. The Moors and the Black men in Africa. So we can't say that they haven't ruled, but definitely Black American men have not ruled.
Well, they have ruled, and those Moors were putting Black women in servitude to white women. So we have to admit that too. We have to admit, okay, when Black men were in rulership, what were they doing? Because there's a reason why they lost their rule. And they lost their rule because of their treasonous behavior. The fact that they didn't really care at all for Black women. The minute that they saw something else, they kind of just were like, okay, well, we'll just put those Black women in servitude. These white women over here, this is where the beauty and the femininity, I'm sure they weren't really saying that, but the Moors were, so Irene, we'll just let you change your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll just let Irene change her name whenever she chooses to. Thank you. Okay, good. But so that was good that you did that. Anyway, but the Moors are an example of that. But even aside from the Moors, there is a different mentality here now, and it's a mentality of aggression, disdain. They have declared Black women their enemies. They have said that the reason they're in this situation is because of Black women. And I think that, and that's one thing that in this video is going to show. It's going to show how the conditioning to protect Black men at all costs is so deep that even when a Black woman is in a position where harm is being threatened to her, like she's been threatened physically, she still doesn't respond to it in a manner to where she wants to protect herself. Mm-hmm. It's on autopilot.
And
Now, where is
of them coming in the comments talking about they ruled for 700 years and then blaming women? It doesn't matter if you ruled for 700 years, a million years ago. Fact is, you don't rule anything now. You're not running anything now. Okay. Now, and according to you, it has something to do with us. So if we're the reason why you're not in rulership, then how effective was your kingdom?
right? Okay, so let me, because we have nearly 2,000 people. So let me play this video. I'm gonna hold on for a second. I gotta grab my tablet really quickly so I can still see the chat box when I share the screen. So hold on, I'll be right back. Y'all can hold it down. I'm just gonna grab my tablet.
So Irene, I was telling Cyn about the comment that you had sent me. And how ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm, we can hear you fine.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I was surprised because, first and foremost, the conversation about the Gay Rage Coalition was not even on my channel, but they were so pressed by that conversation that you brought forth that people were coming over to my channel, like leaving. I mean, you saw the one was like a whole novel about like trying to justify under what circumstance it's okay for a man to threaten violence toward a woman like that, and also making allegations that there's no video evidence for. Like, I'm gonna need, if you're saying she was the aggressor, well, that's not on the tape. So unless you have a different tape, but even then, how threatened could he have felt? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that you threatening to physically harm her is enough to subdue her, then that means you don't feel very threatened, even if she did do something. So I don't know. I think we have, as women, as Black women, I think we're so accustomed to abuse that we don't know how to have a healthy reaction toward abusive behavior.
Yep.
No, we don't. But let me, I don't know, like why? Now I've heard that the retrograde, it kind of affects like your electronics too. And I'm telling you, yes, like all of my electronics are failing. It's like, it's just, I'm not even kidding. Like my electronics are literally like failing. And I don't get it.
Can we just acknowledge the flyness of Ella right now, honey? Because
thank you.
Hi, girl.
Ella,
she's fine today, honey.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Wait, where is my first infant? Okay, here it is. We kicked out a ratchet. Okay, so the fact that they posted this and titled it, like they literally posted this and titled it, "We kicked out 2 ratchet chicks." Okay, now the two chicks who got kicked out were Black. So that's the first thing that I have. This is the full length one, and then this is the full length one, and I just fast forward it so that you can see the beginning of it. But I want you guys to notice that, because what I notice about this particular group of men is that they always pull these shenanigans when there are Black women there in the company of white women. This is what they set it up this way so that they can do this in front of white women. They're never not, whenever they're degrading a Black woman, I notice there's never a situation where the panel is Black women. It's always in the company of all of these non-Black women, specifically white.
Like they're trying to get brownie points. They're like, look what we can do. Look, we hate them too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let me play it.
I don't think y'all ready for my piece. So I'm gonna keep my piece.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm good because
I don't know. Say it without instead of cutting me off.
Yeah. Are you gonna sexualize? I don't get the condescending energy. Like I just don't see life as anyone being better than anyone just because of your bank account is more, just because you go run a faster 100-yard dash, just because you're a rapper, just because you're a mom or you're just a father. I don't think no one is better than anyone. I feel like everyone is equivalent. You feel me? We just have our strengths in this. You have your strengths in that. And that's just what it is. So that's why, like, I can't really see it as like, you know, anyone being more valued than anyone like that. Like what I said. You feel me? I don't feel like I'm in a whole relationship. I don't feel like I'm just a prize. Now,
the reason I'm showing you this, but I'm about to fast forward because I want you guys to see how her demeanor was, because she's matching his interview. Or not his interview, his energy. She's matching his energy. So she's calm right now. But now I'm going to go forward to when he starts to turn up, and then watch how she has to match him, and then what happens.
Well, like, the thing is, he's slightly calm, but he does still have a hostility in his voice tone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think one, it's your personal view. Two, Jay-Z and Beyonce are like a one-off. And it's like your personal view versus what society is.
So, but that's what I'm saying. It says a lot about the person. If you feel like you're up here, why are you messing with someone down here? That says a lot about you in that area.
Okay, so
when it comes to sex, romance, you feel me? It's a whole different ball game when we're talking about bank account. It's a whole different ball game when we're talking about skill.
okay,
You feel me? It's levels to
so,
it's different levels. There's different realms.
I get what you're saying, but like
no, but I want to point this out, how she's speaking, and he cuts in and cuts her off, because this is what he's going to be complaining about, her cutting him off. Mm-hmm. He starts cutting her off first. This is what he's doing. While she's calm, she's just normally having the discussion.
And saying the problem,
here's the thing.
I'm telling you,
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying part of the problem I'm telling you is because she is intellectually squaring up with them. If you look at her demeanor while she's talking, she's making good points. She's not being disrespectful. She's just confident in what she understands. He's not even making eye contact with her. And I'm telling you, a lot of this is because the nerve to be sitting here as a woman, as a dark-skinned woman, confidently giving me your spiel with confidence. You know, like that. They do not like that from women.
Yeah. So let's go.
It's matter, because there's losers and there's winners.
Well, I feel like that's just a loser period.
So there's winners and there's losers. Like I can't like.
So, but that's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna classify Kevin Durant as a winner, why is he fucking with a loser?
Yo.
Why are you?
Now, mind you, he literally just cut her off mid-sentence. We just saw how she was talking. He cut her off so that he could talk. So she finished her statement. And then this is the setup that it is.
I don't want to lose it.
Because men and women are different.
No,
because
but that don't make sense. Yeah,
okay.
Can we look at the white girl's behavior too?
Men will date a cousin. Men will date a cousin.
So that says a lot about you. That says a lot about you.
No, take her out. That's my
biology. Exactly. You want to take her out. That says a lot about you.
Can we look at the white girl's behavior too?
Yeah.
How the white girl, so the one who
this one right here
fell back. Yeah, when he first started coming for her, she fell back, like she physically moved her body back, like out of the action. The other white girl made eye contact with her, and the deeper he goes in with her, she starts to smile and kind of key it up with the black dude that she's sitting next to.
Nyla, your audio is low, and they're in the comments saying it too.
Okay, I'm gonna hook up a mic.
Okay. So let me continue, because Ella, you're gonna see how like the clear, and the reason why I'm revisiting this is because I think Black women don't understand the situation that we're in, and it's because we don't want to view Black men as a threat. We don't want to do that. But we need to, because at this point they really are. And they're telling you, they're literally telling, like Nyla's going to play a part of the live stream that we were on, where there was a Black man in there talking about the Black women need to be sacrificed. Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't ready for my piece.
No. You said your piece, and then I'm gonna rebut that, but then you kept talking. And what I'm trying to say is that
let me finish too. We want to be
disrespect. Cut them off.
And see, look, she's letting them know you cut me off too, and he did. He initially cut her off. That's why she's saying it. Well, if you really want to be real, you cut me off first. But he's gonna skip past that because he needs to put on a show.
There's respect.
You know what? Point is this.
Still.
Point is
Chat. Put one in the chat if you want to see Frank Castle.
Yeah. Let us know, guys, what you want. We'll let the people pick. So anyway,
right. So basically, he wants to chat to let him know if they want to see him disrespect and humiliate this black woman.
Right.
And this ugly, out of shape, weirdo dude over here, he wants to initiate it. It's always the ugliest ones too.
My point. I'm gonna make my point. The thing is this: men can date down. Men can date a chick that's a peasant or makes less money than them or whatever. You're saying who would do that? Men easily date down. Like men don't care about how much money.
I'm so sorry.
Don't look at it.
The white girls giggled at each other.
Yep.
Did you see right after he's like, well, what does the chat want? And then the two white girls look at each other and then giggle at each other. Like, this is about to go down.
Yeah, because they know, because it's whenever there's a scenario where they have black women on there, that is what they do.
Yeah, so anyway, to finish my point, men that are of a higher status, they will definitely date a girl below them financially and socially. It's just the way it is. Women don't do that way. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'll tell you this, the more money a man makes, the less inclined he's going to be to want to go on his level. Make no mistake about it, you mentioned Beyonce and Jay-Z. That's a good point. But don't forget that Jay-Z cheated on her and she didn't leave. What does that tell you? She didn't leave because no. Because all right, you gotta go, man. You gotta go. You gotta go. You're wild.
Wait, what? She gotta go? Why she gotta go? She just being on the podcast. Is he mad because she's talking and he wants her to stop talking?
Give her multiple chances to like chill. Let her talk. Keep talking.
I thought we was doing that though.
Nah, she wasn't.
But we was doing that though.
Listen, there's no arguing. She's leaving. You want to leave her?
I thought we was doing that though. We was having a debate. It should be a friendly debate.
No, she keeps cutting me off, just like you did earlier.
But it should be a friendly debate. I don't think anybody was cutting anybody
off. There's nothing for debate right now. She's getting kicked out. Want to leave? You can leave with her too.
I mean, I have no choice but to leave with her too. So
okay, then get out.
I'm not gonna get nothing out unless you call the fucking police on if you're talking to me like that.
You're gonna get out right now.
You're gonna call the police
if
you're talking to me like that.
You're gonna get out.
You're gonna call the police if you're talking to me like that. You're gonna call the police if you're talking to me like that.
I'm gonna sit my wife off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call the cops. Still look stupid getting kicked off on air by the police.
Go ahead, do that. Can you not do that? Are these people really being like this because they fucking lab and fit podcast? But you know, like, fucked up. She was just talking. I don't get it. What was wrong? What just happened? No, wait. I'm really trying to figure out what happened. It shouldn't even be like this. What happened? I don't even know what happened.
Okay, so yeah.
Yo, you guys are on camera right now looking crazy.
We're not looking crazy anything. No, we're not.
Y'all gonna get out. Y'all gonna get out.
No, I was like, you're not gonna do shit because I'm sitting here recording the bitch. You guys can call the police to get out. No, I want my way. You guys can call the police to get out. I want my way.
Anyways, guys, behind the scenes, y'all see all the tea,
I want to fast forward it because he's gonna walk up into this woman's face and threaten her. So let me I want to fast forward it to that.
Now, I'm still
why y'all mad because we have an opinion? I'm confused.
It's over.
I'm just confused. Why y'all mad because we got opinions? That's what y'all want to show for the opinion.
Right? Insults and need for your life, right? Shaming, insults, and need for your life. So what it is.
But I just want to know why.
You got 8,000.
I don't want to fight. I don't fight. But I'm saying when people are around you are fighting, people start hitting people, and then you get involved.
No one's gonna hit me. I'm right here. Throwing keys.
There's cameras
everywhere. Look. Camera right there. Camera right there. Camera right there. Camera right there. Someone touched me over there. I'm pressing right for it. Oh wait, actually,
you're so shitty. You saw your pretty the whole time. She ain't nothing. I mean, what is it?
So like, why is he why is he knowing that he's towering over women? Why is he walking up on these women and getting in their faces though? Mind you, this is an entire gay man. He's in the LGBTQ community. But why is he walking up on this woman getting in her face though?
Because he considers himself a woman. Like so many gay dudes try to fight women all the time because they consider themselves a woman, so they think it's okay to fight a woman, and it's just so not.
But he's not out. That's the thing. He's not out. He's pretending to be a high value man who likes women. That's what his whole thing is. He's a high value man. He likes women, and he's gonna teach women how to get a high value man like them. Because although they're broke, most of them are sleeping on mattresses on the floor. All of a sudden, now they're high value.
Right, and I just want to say this is not speculation. Nyla brought the receipts. Like, we saw him in the bed with two men. We saw him leaning on a man in a lovey position, like
not a pride parade.
Right.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're following up here. No,
now look at how he's following this other woman. And then he goes and follows her.
I don't think she
No, she has her phone. We gave it to her right away. No, she's not ready. She's not ready. Wait, you don't get shit. You don't get shit. The way that's my way. Yo, remove
I don't want to go putting black people out there like as an angry black woman and you
It's not even the police, it's the security.
Because why is he walking up on her threatening her?
Wait. This normally happens on the show. Y'all give your comments. Come on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna become a subscriber too. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
And it's your girl Lex. Right, you guys can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, legendary_KTY. I'm model. Marketing, branding.
Come on, give me all the tea, bro. We're making your YouTube channel juicy. Look, 11,000 viewers. You're tripping.
What are we doing tonight?
Where is that part where he threatens to drag her out of there by her hair?
No, she's not there. No, you can't go. You're crazy.
What is it? The back of his shirt, women on their knees and dudes flexing.
Huh?
He has on the back of his shirt, women on their knees and dudes flexing.
Right. Well, there's a part in here, and I'm trying to get to it, where he's going to get to this woman's,
Did you pass it up already?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if I passed it up, because before any of that happened, he gets into her face and tells her he's going to drag her out by her hair.
Yep. Can you guys hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay, because these are just the AirPods. I can get the mic to work with the Zoom for some reason.
Wait, it's a little muffled, Nyla.
It's muffled?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because when I plug my mic in, it tries to make the mic be the speaker too, so I don't know what's wrong.
Okay. Well, let me play. I don't know.
I'm right here.
Let me try to go back.
Everywhere. Look.
Nyla, where is that part where he walks up on her and tells her he's gonna drag her, he's gonna throw her out by her hair?
It's a little bit before this. I think a little bit after this, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, it's after this.
It's after this part? Okay.
Yeah, because it's the other girl, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that girl. So there, that should be it right there.
Well, well, is it after she mushes him?
Yes.
Okay. So let me go a little further.
Yeah, I model. Marketing, branding. I'm on Lisa, let's go. Chris is gonna teach. Call the police. Well, she's still here.
And he literally knows that he sucked dick behind the scenes, but he just won't admit to it. He knows that he does, though. So he knows that he's not.
Like he does.
He does. I'm trying to find. Well, I'm just gonna let it go. So you can see.
I already know what you call it.
Someone said it was before security got there.
Huh?
Someone said it was before security got there.
Nyla, was it before security got there? Because I don't. Let me try to run.
It was before security.
Okay.
You know, let me. I'll find it. I'll just go on mute. I'll find it.
Okay. Because it's just that part I want to show you the ease with which he chooses to do this in front of like a live stream of 11,000 people as he's walking up on these women.
That was our opinion on the show, right? Why are y'all mad? Because we have opinions. Why are y'all mad? Because we have opinions. I'm confused.
It's over.
I'm just confused. Why y'all mad? Because we got opinions. That's what y'all want to show. Why have opinions?
Right? Insults that need to be right, right? Shaming, insults that need to be right. Look at this.
But I just want to know why
You got 8,000 people.
opinions that they wanted us to
I
have.
don't know. Hey, sorry,
They're just mad because you're talking.
Hey,
And then they want to be all cute and try to tell a bitch to stop talking just because it's their fucking show. You're not even doing nothing wrong.
no,
You're
you
just
got
talking.
no, it's like
Yeah, but we're just talking. Nobody was doing nothing wrong. Y'all just want to be fucking extra just because it's y'all show. Oh my god.
Security here. We got security here.
That's
Security gotta remove
But
it.
then we do it.
I don't think it's before
No, you guys are the ones that are crazy.
We're talking about this.
It looks like it's well before. I know on the Frank House video is well before.
You're talking to me like that.
You're gonna get out right now.
You're gonna call the police.
No,
if you're talking to me like that.
You're gonna get out.
You're gonna call the police.
You're gonna
If
get out.
you're talking to me like that.
Police, you're gonna get the
You're
fuck
gonna
out.
call the police. If you're talking to me like that.
I'm gonna sit my wife off.
Yeah.
We have called the cops, told them stupid, getting kicked off on air by the police.
Go ahead, do that. Can you not do that? Are these people really being like this because they fucking lab and fit podcast? But you're not like fucked up. She was just talking. I don't get it. What was wrong? What just happened? No way. I'm really trying to figure out what happened. It shouldn't even be like this. What happened? I don't even know what happened.
Okay, so, yeah.
Yo, you guys are on camera right now looking crazy.
We're not looking crazy
Yeah,
anything.
you are.
No, we're not.
Y'all gonna get out. Y'all gonna get out.
You're not gonna do shit because I'm sitting here recording the bitch. You guys can call the police to get out. No, I want my way. You guys can call the police to get out. I want my way.
Anyways, guys, welcome to Hey. Behind the scenes, y'all see all the tea, of the late night, ladies' night.
Yo,
It's crazy.
As we're talking about this, so,
Oh God.
I would have done it. Even, yeah, I would have left.
But like so embarrassing.
Yeah, that's
Oh. All right, you already got embarrassed over here. Now you're behind the scenes.
whole anxiety attack. I'm like, to stay quiet and like, hi, cheers. Okay, let's cheers.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties.
Since that's what we're talking about anyway.
Okay, so I think this is when they go over here and he clearly does something to her.
Oh my God, we're in the room.
Mimi, but I just really feel like no, but I really feel like
See, look at him, how he pushes her. Like he literally pushed her. That's why she came over here, because you can see him pushing her. And then he's going to go into her face and threaten to drag her out by her hair. And he's doing this on a live stream in front of like 11,000 people.
And you can tell you can tell from how she was responding to him that something is going on behind him too. Because he's standing right in front of her. So someone behind her, she seems to be defending herself from, and he's jumping in the middle. You can really tell from her body language that this is defense.
He pushed her. Like he pushed her. You can tell that he pushed her because his hand was still on her when she came into the camera view. He pushed her.
Yep.
Wait, what? You go on the racks. You go on the racks. Have you ever seen some shit on some podcast? No, y'all, this is live footage. Look at 10K viewers. Show it in, bro. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. You can make it up. Only a day.
Can I just draw attention to how?
Grab your body here. Go out.
you're not gonna do shit.
Okay. You want to be tough now? Assault me in my own house.
Like you hear this?
All right, now, bro.
Why you wanna be so big? Let's put me on a podcast.
I don't want to touch you. I
How
want
many
you to
views
leave.
you let this bitch put me
I
on
want you to
camera?
leave. You look crazy.
Put me
I
on
want you to
camera.
leave. Get out.
That's 10K views.
Put me
We tried, but you slapped the
Make
front of
me
my head.
This dude sat up there and told her he's going to drag her out of there by her hair. Now, that's a physical threat. He had already pushed her. He walks up on her knowing that he's towering over her. So his sole goal is to intimidate her. And then he tells her he's going to drag her out by her hair.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is if you watch the progression from the stuff that was off camera, and some of it you can see in the monitor, if you guys notice on the table, the monitor actually shows like a little bit of the room we cannot see and the part of the room we can see. He is able to use his size and his manhood, right, to move her from one part of the room to the other, at which point she puts her hands down by her crotch area. So she has both of her hands down and she has to lift her head, her neck all the way up to even address what he's saying. So she's looking up with her neck strained to like make eye contact with him. And then he's able to use his body without touching her to push her into another corner. And that's not you being, because the people that were coming over who were upset at me because I found this to be so disturbing were like, well, she did something to him twice. My thing is, he's not intimidated because he knows his size and his strength. If you can move a person without arms, just by sheer force of the size of you, from one side of the room to the complete other side of the room, and then know that a verbal threat that you will drag them because she can be dragged. Like, what is she gonna do if he drags her? Nothing. There's nothing she can do. She has no weapon. She's barely clothed. There's nothing she's about to do. So he was in no way, shape, or form intimidated. And honestly, to me, and I know women don't like to be compared to children, but honestly, the strength difference is often that between us and a man. He's like a foot taller than her.
Right, he is.
Can you imagine if I just drag like a 7-year-old across the room? Y'all be like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Exactly.
Like I don't care what this.
That's the lack of accountability and responsibility with them and their manhood. They don't want to be responsible for any part of their presence. Like just the fact that you are a man and he doesn't know that he's a man, I guess, when he's in bed with other men, but like he's sitting there with his male strength dynamic, using it against her, and weaponizing it, and then the general public is basically saying that she was wrong. You know your strength. It's just like you said, like, why would you bully a 7-year-old? Why would you overpower somebody when you in a way that, you know, is that threatening when you, just because you can? Because that's all that was. When he said, I will pick you up and grab you by your hair, it's because he can do it, because he's strong enough to do it.
Yeah.
Bully.
And I don't understand women talking about, well, why didn't they just leave? Like, it's like her leaving doesn't have anything to, what does that have to do with this man physically threatening her? Because before she lifted a hand to do anything to him, he threatened to drag her out by her hair. Now, I know what I did when the last time somebody threatened to drag me out of somewhere by my hair. I know what I did. I know exactly what I did.
And the thing, it's also really disrespectful of the women's time, the fact that they're going to just say, why didn't they leave? You don't get dressed, sign up to go to some kind of event, and then show up to say your piece. And then they're like, oh, no, your piece, shut up. We don't want to hear what you got to say. Now get out. No, that's going to piss you smooth the hell off.
Right. But can we talk about these women that are, you know, basically acting like this is okay? It's already bad enough that there are other men around who don't have the wherewithal to step in and say, hey, let's get this under control. You know, we're quote unquote alpha men. This is what they say, right? They don't have the wherewithal and they don't have the intellect to stop, or the masculine energy to bring some sort of balance and temperament to the room. And then the women either sit back and giggle and say, oh, look at all this tea being spilled, and acting like they're not going to be next. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can relate to the women who are saying, why didn't they just leave? Me personally, like I said, that level of feminine energy off of a man would have made me leave before he asked me to leave, just because I don't feel safe with men who have to move in effeminate ways. If you're moving the way I'm moving, then I need to go, because you're more dangerous than I am in your femininity. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you step into womanhood, you're a bigger danger to me than I'm ever going to be to you. So I would have personally left. But I think it goes to what Sin was saying and what Nyla was saying, which is, at the end of the day, if you are claiming, because this is what they claim, to be alpha, to be capable of managing women, to be a dominant man who is capable of leadership, then a leader who is male needs to be able to step into a situation. He put himself in a situation with multiple women in a room, and women are fickle and women will be mouthy. If your only response to being able to address that situation is to threaten to physically harm somebody, then you have no business putting yourself in a position where you expect to be an authority over women. Like, I think the women should have left. I think the women should have never been there. But that does not excuse him threatening her and using his evidence. We can see it. And as women, we know we've been in situations where maybe we were in an argument, or feeling fussy, or even feeling unjustly like treated, and we've tried to stand up for ourselves. And people who are men who have the strength advantage over us, many Black women have been in this position, have taken advantage of that, to the point where it's like, you can't do anything, because why would you do it? You know that, you should have just left, but at some point, when does he have to say, this is a woman, and my behavior should be according to her womanhood? This is somebody who has to strain their neck to look up in my face to even make eye contact. At what point do I recognize I'm significantly bigger and stronger than her, and I need to deal with her accordingly? Like, we are not the same. We're not the same, and there's no excuse for his behavior.
That's the whole reason why they're called ratchets. That's the whole reason why you're called anything but what you are, because you can do this to a ratchet. But if it's a woman or it's a lady, you're supposed to at least recognize that dynamic. This is why they go to great lengths to dehumanize Black women and put us in these categories, in these boxes where you're not deserving of any sort of respect or deference for being a woman. This is why he didn't kick off 2 women or 2 Black women or even 2 Black girls. He kicked off 2 ratchets. This is why they're forever nakers to me,
Yeah, it's the dehumanization of them. They're not even women. They're not girls. They're ratchets. It's like that's why I'm saying when we get into the discussion of, you know, with this mentality, are they a threat to Black women? Given that even there's a lot of men who think that this is okay. They saw no problem with that. Like even yesterday on the panel, I was watching the panel that y'all had, Nyla, and the dude who came up and justified what that dude did.
Oh, the last night's panel? Yeah, just trash. Like, and it's like none of these men want to. They all want to deal with how feminine she was supposed to be instead of how feminine that man was, or her masculinity, how, you know, his lack of masculinity, lack of control, lack of leadership. It's always about what you should be doing. Your femininity is supposed to control his masculinity. Really?
Yep. Ella, what were you saying? And then can we go to Onyx and see if she was able to see it and weigh in?
No, I'm agreeing with her 100%. Like, and I also do believe that those women they were very much so disrespected. There's no way that you should tell someone that they're going to do something and then they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing and you just decide to kick them out. Like, I would have had a temper tantrum too. And I understand that she's not resting in her femininity for allegedly refusing to leave, but no, actually she is being feminine for refusing to leave, because we are emotional people and we're not going to just take somebody disrespecting us in that way and then expecting us to just leave. No, absolutely not.
Ella, I would have.
We're gonna have words. I was trying to ruin that show for him. I would flip the table. Yeah. I would want to smooth the crap off.
That's fantastic.
You're not gonna tell me that I can't do something that I'm here to do. I'm already dressed. I'm already here. Either I'm gonna do this or none of us gonna do it.
That's right. Like I'm telling you,
and y'all better have that.
Tables. I would have walked those tables. I would have tore up all the equipment. I would have.
And then so now, bye. Now I'll go.
Because look, she's a ratchet anyway. So let me show you what behavior is.
I can show you a ratchet. I'll show you what ratchet is.
Yeah. Onyx, what do you think?
I didn't really get to see it. I mean, I couldn't hear. I came in late, so I only heard a bunch of shouting, and I didn't really understand what I was watching. But from what I was watching, it's like I wouldn't even be there amongst any of them. So.
Well, we can give you a little rundown of what happened. There was a podcast where there was a lot of women invited. There was several white women and several Black women. At the beginning of the show, the dark-skinned woman was explaining how dark-skinned women aren't really looked upon as high quality as they should be, because everyone should be on the same level. The light-skinned dude decided that he didn't want to hear what she had to say, so he started talking over her, and then she was talking over him, and then he decided he wanted to throw her out. Does she need to get up and get out? And then
it escalates and he pushes her, and then he threatens to drag her out by her hair on a live stream of 11,000 people.
Well, in fairness, the dark-skinned woman who was initially kicked out said that not that she was unwilling to leave, but that she wanted whatever sort of
her waiver.
She had signed her waiver. She wanted that back. Like if she was leaving, probably because she wanted to talk about the incident, that she wanted her waiver before she.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then the other lady,
you know how other people responded.
Right,
like,
and then
no.
Well, so one woman. No, wait.
Here, let me run it back real quickly so she can see some of it.
Yeah, because one woman did. The shorter haired lady in the shorts was like, "Well, if she has to leave, I have no choice but to go with her." And so it was really the two of them that became then kind of the focus of all that negative energy.
So let me.
I'm actually curious. Like I see another guy sitting in the back. Did the guy get up and like say, "Hey, you don't"?
No,
he didn't.
No, they're out with their cameras and they're helping to film it. So I'll let you watch what happens, and you actually can see what's going on in this screen over here too.
We already discussed it because there's a guy sitting on the
like this because they fucking love and fit podcast. But you know, like, fuck up. She was just talking. I don't get it. What was wrong? What just happened? No, wait. I'm really trying to figure out what happened. It shouldn't even be like this. What happened? I don't even know what happened.
Okay, so yeah. Yo, you guys are on camera right now looking crazy.
We're not looking crazy anyway.
Yeah, you are.
No, we're not.
Y'all gonna get out. Y'all gonna get out.
No, I was on my way before I
You're not gonna do shit because I'm sitting here recording the bitch. You guys can call the police to get out.
No, I want my way. You guys can call the police to get out. I want my way before
I don't know.
No, I'm
Anyways, guys, welcome to another behind the scenes. Y'all see all the tea,
Ladies night.
Yo,
It's crazy.
So as we're talking about this, so
Oh God,
I was even it would have left.
bro, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah, that's
Fuck. No, look. All right, you already got embarrassed over here. Now you're behind the scenes.
cold and anxiety attack.
Stay quiet and like, cheers. Cheers.
Now watch this girl right here, because you're gonna see how he pushes her.
Whoa.
Look at Steven. Oh my God, we're in the room. Mimi, but I just really feel like no, but I really feel like
It's really sad because you can tell she thinks she's
You can tell he pushes her. Like if you look at this, you can tell he pushed her before she came back over here. He pushed her into this area. Yeah.
She's pushed so hard that that little computer right there, if you watch it, it actually swivels as she's being pushed away.
look at Steven. Oh my God, we're in the room. Mimi, but I just really feel like no, but I really feel like
oh wow, yeah.
Look, see, you can tell he pushes her.
Yeah, really hard too.
in Miami, bitch.
Wait, what the fuck? Here we go. Oh, no, right. You go on the rocks. Yeah, have you guys ever seen some shit like this on my podcast?
No, I've never seen it.
Y'all, this is live footage. Look, there are 10K viewers. Trip in, bro. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. You can't make this up. Only day.
I'm telling you now. You put your hands on me twice. You do it one more time? Ooh, I'm gonna grab you by your hair and throw you the fuck out.
You're not gonna do shit.
Okay. You wanna be tough now? Assault in my own house. All right, we got you on camera. All right, now go.
Why you wanna be so big? Just put me on a podcast.
I don't wanna touch you. I want you to leave.
This bitch put me on camera.
But you already touched her because you pushed her.
We tried to just like
Because
Please. But I want to know, what are you guys' problem?
I'm telling you.
Because you mad because the bitch talking up you because you don't agree with what the bitch is saying to you. I'm confused. Don't agree with you. It's not right. It's not right. Fuck down and fit, bitch. Fuck down and fit, bitch. Put me all on motherfucking wall stop, bitch. I ain't give a fuck. What you mean? What you mean?
Yo, literally, you guys are in the way right now. Yo,
Can't be seen like this. Guys, this is really embarrassing.
And you see how all of these so-called alpha, high-value, masculine men set up there with cameras?
I think the whole situation is disgusting. I think it's disgusting that, and I don't even call these guys. I wouldn't, but the reality is this is our generation of men. So that is what we have. And I think it's utterly disgusting when you can see, you know, the whole situation's a fail. The women sitting there on, you know, acting like this is just a normal situation. Everybody who didn't intervene for me is just disgusting. But the fact that there's a guy literally sitting on the couch and watching the aggression, and I don't even before he even got to the point where he's threatening violence against her, there was an issue. And they should have, like the guys should have said, hey, you know, they could have mediated the situation and really checked the fact that this guy is coming towards a woman and speaking to her in such a disrespectful, hostile manner. Like that alone was an issue. And the fact that the guys just sit there and just let that happen and let it escalate is disgusting. And then you have this issue that, you know, men have a complaint, Black men specifically, about women, Black women being aggressive. But you sit here and you watch this woman have to escalate to a level of masculinity to protect herself and her and the way she's conducting her language, her body language, the, you know, her the volume of her voice. She's doing all of this to protect herself. And you see all the guys over there doing nothing at all. And then the women sitting there just laughing it up like it's just normal. Like nothing about the situation was okay. And to me, it's just like the reality of how disgusting and depraved our society has become as a whole. But really, it's disappointing that you see this level of aggression towards women. But when it comes to men, you know, being disrespected in society globally, they're afraid, they're silent. Yep. And it's like, if we could get this level of aggression towards your adversary, you know, then you'd be treated differently in society. But when it comes to Black women, and the thing is, he wouldn't even done that to the white women that were sitting there.
He wouldn't have.
He wouldn't.
Yeah,
have.
you're absolutely right.
But he felt, and the reason why he felt okay doing it to the Black woman is because they know that they're least protected. He know that if there's nobody, and it's demonstrated right in that situation. Nobody stood up to protect her other than the woman that was actually, you know, standing next to her. But it's like nobody rised up to the level of protection that they should have. I don't think anybody in that situation would have did. And it speaks volumes that nobody felt that it was necessary. Nobody felt that it was necessary. And it's disgusting.
Can we go back to the piece about how Black men respond to men though? Because these are men who will literally, like, you had that man with that situation where you have the Black man who was in a relationship with a woman of no color, and then the Asian dude fired on the 6-year-old boy.
No, he shot the child. Yeah. And I don't even think the child was 6. I think he was younger than that.
No, he was 6. That's what they're putting out, that he was 6.
Well, either way, yeah, you shoot a person's son, because he didn't fire at him. He actually shot him.
Yeah.
And he's hurt. The guy went on camera, he's hurt. It's like somebody shoots your child and you're just hurt.
Right. And then, but then Black men are running around begging men of no color to protect them. And now we see that it's cowardice, but they got all this smoke. They got all of this aggression when it comes to a woman. And that's why I'm talking about, at this point, these men are showing that they're a threat to you. They're showing that they're a threat to you.
Definitely not allies.
Because they'll run up on you in a minute, but when it comes to another man, they don't got no smoke though.
Yeah, but and again, and it's not. And when you won't protect your child, for me, if you won't protect your own child, that's it. And it's like, forget a woman. You aren't protecting your own child. You won't stand up to somebody who's shooting your child.
Right.
That's
they're devoid of natural male instincts. A lot of them don't respond.
I think that's cowardice. That's cowardice.
Yeah, it's a conscious level of cowardliness. Nyla, do you have that clip from when we were on that live stream?
I'll get it for you real quick.
Because it's just the way that they speak, like, and Irene know, because she's been in this space and she's been on panels, and how much these dudes speak about. Hold on, because I gotta.
Oh, I don't know where Sin went, but I will say this. I'm not going to say that there is, and this might be a controversial comment, no time where a woman needs to be snatched. What I'm going to say is that time was not in this situation. And I was saying over on Nyla's panel when we discussed this yesterday, the woman, for example, because we all understand, we've all probably heard of the situation, that raped those little 11, 12, 13-year-old boys for OG Bootsy, the prostitute he brought over to rape those children, snatch her, okay? Threaten to snatch her up by her hair, drag her out of room. But because the way this woman was talking to him in the beginning was in no way, shape, or form disrespectful. that conversation did not escalate to screaming or violence or throwing things. It really didn't. To me, it didn't go past a regular conversation where people were debating, and not even like strongly debating, because like it literally was like 2 minutes in, he just lost tolerance for the very energy that he was giving, which wasn't even that heavy of energy. I just think when we start demeaning when it's okay to put your hands on women down to, I don't like how she talked to me, that becomes a problem. But nobody was talking about the prostitute that raped those little boys needed to get dragged, right? Nobody was talking about dragging OG Bootsy, but these ladies who ultimately were just talking, right, needed to have violence enacted against them. So I just think even if you are pro violence against women, like I'm curious, where at what point is it okay to threaten to harm a woman or to make a woman feel intimidated? Me in that situation, I'm with Onyx. I wouldn't have been in that situation. When you were watching it, Onyx, I was like, Onyx is looking at this like, what in the peasantry is going on here? Me personally, I wouldn't have been in that situation. But had I been in that situation, that would have been very intimidating for me, because as mouthy as I may get as a woman, clearly I'm not, like, I'm just trying to get my point across. I'm not trying to get into a physical altercation with you where you beat me up. You know, like, at what point do I get to be a woman and emote in a female way, and then it becomes a sign that you can harm me? Like, that's not okay. And we can't sit here as Black women, we're so used to being abused that we don't recognize when behavior is not okay. And that's unfortunate.
Well, oh, go ahead, whoever was talking.
No, I was just saying I agree 100%. And it's really sad. And I can't say it enough. It is really, I say it's disgusting because it really is. That's just the way I feel. It's absolutely disgusting.
Because here's the thing, the point of the matter is that you have Black men who understand that they have no power or social position in society. So rather than stand up and do something about their position in society, they would prefer to flex on women. And the problem is
I'm sorry, I have to caveat. They don't flex on women, because I've seen a lot of videos where they will be put in their place by white women like nobody, and disrespected to the highest degree, but they know they'll get checked by white society if they go after white women. So they only do this with Black women because Black women are unprotected by society, by Black women.
They're not even going to do it with Mexicans, because the Mexicans will ride on you.
Oh yeah, those Mexicans ain't about to play with you. But the thing is, this is something that Black women don't get, because it's like I said when I discussed it on Nyla's channel. What's the most disturbing to me is that this woman had been pushed, she had been walked up on, she had been intimidated, and she had been threatened to be dragged out by her hair, and she still did not call the police on this man.
Right.
She still didn't.
Well, and I do believe that she didn't call the police on the man. It's not just because she didn't want him to be shot. It's because she knew that she could have potentially been shot as well.
No, it's probably because she didn't want him to get caught up as a Black man. Because the thing is, he's the one being aggressive. He's the one that got a table of white women in there. So as soon as they walked in, they ain't even seeing the Black woman. They seeing that table with the white women sitting at it and two Black men in there. That's what they're seeing. So the thing is that Black women don't want to understand who Black men are, even though they're showing it, even though they're saying that you don't deserve protection, even they're saying that you should be harmed, even though they're harming you. Black women still don't want to recognize who Black men are. And I just don't understand, like, what is it going to take? Because you can look at the stats and see how much harm is coming to Black men, to Black women. And really, it's mostly coming from Black men.
Well, and you also know, like you said before, all of these Black men have Black mothers. And so there's so many Black women on here that just sees them as like their baby, like, as kind of a victim of the circumstances, and not that they're grown enough to know better. Regardless of what they see, they should have like something within them that tells them to protect the people that they see. like what
we
we're
ain't
doing.
that stupid these
We're
days.
protecting.
I like to believe that we ain't that stupid. Like those weren't babies. Those were disrespectful grown ass
Yeah,
men.
those are grown
Right,
men.
but she still was
People who
trying
are
to protect
saying
him,
this.
like she said, like Christina, like Onyx said, or sorry, Sin said, even though he was aggressive, he pushed her, he was in her face, he threatened to drag her out by her hair. She humbled herself, just like Naya said. She humbled herself. She had her hands between her legs, looking up at him like he was like a man, an actual man who should have been there to protect her. And he wasn't. Like she didn't even see him as anything other than a man. But he wasn't a man. He was garbage. He was a piece of trash that was attacking her, and he had done it since she sat there. As soon as the other lady opened her mouth to start talking, his voice was extremely hostile when he was responding to her.
Yeah.
Then he started cutting her off, and then he decided to attack the both of them. So I don't understand why.
I'll tell you. For me, I feel like it's just societal norm. I think it's just that we expect it because it happens so often. It's part of the culture, the Black culture. It is normalized. And I don't necessarily think it's something about a fear of, calling the police, and we see this other son. To some degree, I think in some circumstances that happens. But I think the majority of the time, it is just acceptance that this is just part of our culture. This is just what our men are like. And that's what I think is more of, is having a low expectation, a low standard, and normalized violence in our communities. And this is just, I like that when you even look in terms of, what's expected for Black men in society globally. You look at the landscape from a jobs perspective, from a relationship perspective, from being a father, from being like the bar is so low in all these areas. And violence is literally is prevalent, and not even just with men. It's like if you put a poster up about a child being beat, and I've seen this one where a Black woman is just like dragging the son. This is like, and people are like, I wish more parents were like this.
Wow.
It's prevalent in our communities, and it is normalized. So I don't think that she even saw a red flag, because this is just normal in our communities. It is a normal way that people engage. And that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. It is. And the problem is that even though Black men aren't doing anything, that's why I had the discussion to try to see, to get Black women's mind to going to think about what is it that Black men provide to us as a collective group, except for sex. What do they provide? And they don't really provide anything, but yet the way we operate in our community is as if they do. And when you treat men as if they're providing something when they're not, the recipe is going to be this overly aggressive, cowardly trash bag pathology that we see right now. These men are being worshipped for no reason. Like, well, what are you worshiping them for? Like, really, we should be regarding each and every Black man as if they are the exact same, as if they are an aggressive threat to you, as if they don't have anything to offer. And they should have to prove that they have something to offer. Because if you look at our community, look at the crime, look at the sexual inappropriateness, look at all of those issues that are being perpetuated by Black men. But how many times do we actually come up here and not even up here in general, just in the Black community, how many times do we honestly discuss it?
And I'll tell you, it gets discussed. But I think what people, the biggest issue, if you listen to the discussions around this, is that Black women have a huge fear of being alone. So rather than hold men to their higher expectation, there's an acceptance of the hope that they will be something better, a hope for their potential. And let's just be frank. Guys don't, when entering in relationships with women, they don't show their worst case. If they do present it, it's always some kind of story behind it and some kind of their work in progression. So, Black women look at the hope of what Black men's potential could be. And rather than acknowledge and accept that, look, this is the reality, it is the hope of, okay, this guy is trying because at least he has a job, at least he has this. And it's like, and it really is, because there's so many bad guys out there. There are so many horrible, trashy guys. And if you were not going to settle for a trashy one, you're going to settle for one that at least has a job and at least has a car and at least can pay his rent. And yeah, he has children, but at least he takes care of them. And that's like, to me, these are the most standard basic things ever. But this is like, for most women, the gold standard. Like, he has these things and he's, you know, he's exceptional. And I can put my 5 years into this relationship and hope for the best because he's progressing at least. And that's the trap that people get caught into, because we're not looking at the reality. It's like, look at the landscape globally for Black men, and they're not trying to do better. And that's my issue. They're not trying to do better. And there's proof of that based on the conditions of our society.
Well, one, they don't believe that Black women. Oh, Nyla says she found the audio. Okay, now if you wanna, let me make you a co-host. So if you want to share the screen, like, why is my thing being a weirdo? Okay, so that you can share your screen and do the audio and whatever you want to do, Nyla, if you want to.
All right, let me go ahead and push play. Can you guys hear okay? Let me see.
Yeah.
Thoroughly, why you feel like Black men should not have to work?
Because the reason why Black men should not have to work, because we've already worked for free.
So that means you need to work some more until you figure out how to produce what you're working, dummy. You got 500 years of work and nothing to show for it, then that means you wasn't working. You need to get back out there and try again and work some more.
I did. Go ahead. Yeah, explain to me why you don't need to work.
We should have to, I don't think we should have to work. We should have to, what I mean is, we don't, Black men shouldn't have to continue to work for them people to keep us little more in power over us. We should build our own empire. Stop working for some like
where you planning on, where you guys, where's the empire? No, I'm just asking, where's the empire at? Where's the empire? Where are you going to build it at?
So we got to start something.
But I'm asking, where are you going to build it at? Where is this empire going to be at? In America?
It could be.
Well, how? So explain how you're going to do this without the white man.
Without the white man?
Yeah. And without Black women. Without Black women and without the white man, how are you going to build this?
We don't need Black women.
Okay.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like before we get to that point, Black men got to come together, stop killing each other, and point their guns to the real enemy.
And who's the real enemy?
The white man.
The Black woman. So y'all need to kill Black women?
Yeah, the Black women. The new Black women always need to be sacrificed.
We need to be sacrificed. Okay. Okay, we need to be sacrificed.
And how are you going to exist, dummy? If Black women ain't here to give birth to you, you ain't going to exist to build nothing, stupid idiot. You're just dumb. And that's the problem. The problem is that you're dumb. You're saying that Black women don't need to be here, but you think you're going to exist to build an empire, dummy? No.
So Black men need to sacrifice Black. So if y'all need to sacrifice Black women, so that means that Black women need to call the police on y'all asses, right?
You're right.
Black women need to be calling the police on you. So because you need to if you need to sacrifice us, then you heard it here first. Black women need to divest. If this is the attitude, you heard this man say this. He is speaking on behalf of the Black collective. He said that Black women need to be sacrificed. So guess what? Call the police on this motherfucker when you see him. Sorry, Sin.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know. He went, I think he did go further into explain why we needed to be sacrificed.
Well, let's see who can be more effective. Black women stop giving birth to Black men, and Black men try to sacrifice Black women. Now, here's my thing. Shut up because I'm talking. Here's my thing. Shut your ass up. If you worked for 500 years and don't got nothing to show for it, my guess is that you could never sacrifice Black women. You could try, but you just couldn't do it because you just spent 500 years working and you ain't got nothing to show for it. Bottom line is, black women, since he wanna flex, black women stop giving birth to him. Black women stop giving birth to him. Let a white woman give birth to him. He want white women to mold him. Let white women give birth to him and mold him.
Okay, so he did skip around, but he went several places. He said it several more times he
doubled down on it when Taz talked to him about it. He doubled down on it and said absolutely black women should be sacrificed. And he's not the only one who says stuff like this. Like we've been in situations where they'll say black women and their children need to starve. Wow. They need to have dust bowl situations. So the bottom line of it is these dudes are doing everything they can to show what they feel about black women. Yet I have black women in my comment section talking about, well, I'm married to a good black man. One, we can't confirm that you're married. Two, we can't confirm that your band is a good black man. You got to take yourself off mute, Onyx. You're still on mute.
I was just going to say that you have to keep in mind the standard for what is qualified as a good black man is so low. So means he shows up from time to time.
Yeah.
This man is raising daughters by himself.
Yeah, that dude was raising daughters by himself. As he's sitting there talking about black women need to be sacrificed.
I feel like black women have been sacrificed already.
Yeah, we have.
Someone needs to take those little women out of his house.
Yeah, they do.
But here's the thing.
He needs to build a militia. He said black men need to form a militia specifically to sacrifice black women.
I think that if there's any evidence of black men building anything, look, you have the whole continent of Africa over there, and you have them colonized by white people. Now they're being colonized by Asians. Pretty much it's like they're the group of people who everybody knows that they're never going to stand up and fight for themselves. And the thing is, that's one of my biggest issues. It's like, it's not even about, let's take black women out of it altogether. What do you do for yourself? Even in that situation where, like I was saying, I was speaking to you earlier about it. It's like with the little boy who was shot by the Asian. I read so many comments on guys saying like, if that were my son, like, do you think this Asian doesn't see him as your son? Like, you wouldn't do anything. And why do it have to be your son for you to stand up for a child? For like this black boy, or who he's actually mixed, but people want to argue that he's black. Well, that's you. You're not, black men don't stand up for black men. They don't unite. They don't do anything.
No.
They don't even take care of their own children most of the time, and that's a sad reality. And I hate having to say that, but a lot of them think that like if they show up every now and again and pay the minimum of child support, then they're actually taking care of their child. And it's like, you're not raising a child. You're not raising your children. And we can look at that in society. Black boys are bullied by the school system, by the criminal justice system, by black boys have the worst globally, and that's because of the lack of black men. They don't even stand up for their own. So for them to get together for anything, that'd be a miracle. But I just don't see that happening, because they're always looking for, how can we have it easy? If we just pair up with white women, maybe we can get some of their privilege, and that's good enough for us. If we can just have the leftovers or the throwaways of white men, then that's fine for us. It's like there's no ambition for a collective goal. So he's talking about create something, doubtful. Like, show me some evidence of that. You won't see it.
Here's the thing. There's always a black woman willing to sacrifice herself at the altar of black male worship. So why he would be sitting up here saying black women need to be sacrificed if that's not already being done voluntarily is beyond me. It's already been done voluntarily, because in black women's mind, because keep in mind, there's a lot of black women who will advocate for black men's right to not do anything. They'll be like, oh, he can't do anything because the system is stopping him. So, you know, yeah, they have this pathology, but at some point we're going to have to start thinking about what is it that we do that condones this pathology that has Black men, number one, without a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of, but they call themselves high value, although they're sleeping on mattresses with no box spring or headboard. It's like literally laying on the floor, and they're comfortable with that. They're using trash bags as trash cans. It's just all around problematic, but we treat them as if they've built something. We treat Black men as if they have a history of building, providing, and protecting, and they don't.
And that's the reality.
Right, and call them kings, but they don't got no kingdom. They need to drag their three trash bags to your house.
Look, why would you get a kingdom if people will call you a king anyway?
You wouldn't. You wouldn't. And that's why I talk about the Black male worshiping culture, because at the end of the day, if all you got to do is bring to the table your Blackness and your maleness, then you ain't about why strive higher. You don't have to. The women are going to call you kings. The women are going to submit to you because they can sit up here and say that Black women don't submit. Yes, Black women do. The women are going to take on your ideology. The women are going to shame other women. The women are going to flock to men who are not even proving that they have the qualifications. Like, you got an entire kitten in heels who had a male glitch in his bed, who between 2 marriages was married for 4 years. And Black women are rushing over there to he's not high value at all.
No.
But he doesn't even have to prove he's high value. Black women will flock to him and ask him, how can they get a high value man and maintain a relationship when this man don't even know how to maintain a relationship with women? He doesn't know. He sucks dick on his pastime. What part? Just like that dude on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Like, we will accept anything.
You know what's so bad? Like, back to the point, you calling these men kangs and stuff. And this is exactly why I'm going to be examining these organizations that are led by Black men with women on the inside. When I was looking into my research on a lot of these the Black Israelite camp communities, do you know that the men are fine with being called kings, but the women are not allowed to call themselves queens? And because if you call the women a queen, that is basically calling her a whore. So they can be kings, but the women can only be princesses. So anything to keep the women several notches beneath them, it's absolutely ridiculous. And the women are fine with it. Like, they sit up there and they a lot of times these men don't even work. And they have 4 to 5 wives, all the wives working, supporting their own children on their own dime. Because why? Because the king is doing the work of the Lord. And I just want Black women to ask themselves, inside these organizations led by these men, where do you end up and how do you benefit? Largely, the women are sexually abused, physically abused. They are in poverty. Their children are in poverty. They are basically looked over and scraped, and they are inside of I'm talking about from the church to the Israelite community, to these to the Islamic community, all these communities that are led and procured by these men. Women do not fare well. It's almost the most, you know how they like to say the most dangerous place is inside the womb of a Black woman? Well, the most dangerous place for Black women is inside the leadership of some of these Black male-led organizations. It just is.
But here's the thing, because I want to show you guys this video, and I want to get your opinion on it, because somebody sent me this video like a week or so ago. And I didn't do content on it because I wanted to do it with, ladies and to get your opinion, because we know that when it comes to building something that's going to benefit the community, you'll have Black men. They'll say they don't know. What do you want them to do? Like, they will basically say they don't know. They don't have a clue. They're leaders, but they don't have a clue. I want you guys to look at how elaborate this man concocted his trash bag scenarios. I want to point out a couple things that really just speaks to Black women's willingness to accept mediocrity from Black men. And I think this points it out, because I've seen a lot of people do commentary on this, but I really haven't heard really people say and pick up on what I feel like they needed to pick up on it. And this is only 5 minutes. And so if you ladies, if there's a part you want me to stop at, then you can let me know. But I want you to listen to what this dude is saying.
Oh, I can't help it. It's something you do to protect the people you care about. If you don't give a fuck, you would just go sleep with whoever. If you cheat, that's showing that you're taking the steps to protect other people's feelings. I've never been caught. I developed these habits. I would go to the bathroom to take a shower every day when I got home. I didn't really want to take multiple showers in a day, but I know that if I was coming home from cheating, that it was going to be a necessity. I didn't need to look out of the ordinary. I'd always have a friend, and they will help to stretch out my lies. We'll take even some pictures together that might not be on that day, and I'll save these pictures and I'll even post them to maybe a Snapchat. I'll block everybody from the story but her, so she has like this personalized story. I've done some things that have thrown her off. I saved my sister's name on my phone as Beautiful Girl. I knew it would attract her to go through it. And my sister told me about, your girl called me, and so it worked out. So I was able to confront her and say, why would you go through my phone? She said, why do you have her in there as Beautiful Girl? I said, that's just a nickname I've had for her whole life. It just made her feel like, wow, like I shouldn't have been going through this phone. I've been with my girl for about 5 years. When I got with my girl, I already had a baby on the way. I didn't want her to know about that, so I couldn't be honest with her from the beginning. My baby mother thinks I live in transitional housing, and I actually have been living with this girl for 5 years because I can't afford for her to put me on child support. The process service will come looking for me at the address that I'm at. We all live within like 20 minutes from each other. They can't come to my house because I live in transitional housing. I have structured my Instagram to attract new women constantly, to make myself seem like a ladies' man. I started talking to girls and giving them like a proposition like help make me popular. Take a picture with me, post it, that made it seem like we had more of a relationship than what we really did. It's going to be like a little financial incentive. Of course, they didn't get it. When I see my male friends go out with a girl and she's pretty, I'll have them send me the video and it'll look like I'm taking that pretty girl out to eat, and I'll post that on my page as well. I would imagine they're thinking, wow, he's sitting there and he's getting attention from these really beautiful girls. These women see something in me and you need to come and find out what that is. I have some pictures with my kids on the Instagram. So if you're looking for somebody who takes care of his family, it looks like I do more for my kids than what I actually do. And that's what I want to portray. If you're looking for somebody that goes out and has fun and take you out and change your life, that could be me. They don't know until after the fact. On Instagram, I will not let my girl know. When I first got with her, I got into an argument about social.
Okay, so this is halfway through it.
But look, this dude, he's a strategist. He know how to market himself.
You're right.
He can actually, this is my point, he can actually do something productive with himself. But instead of doing something productive, it's like, how can I lie, cheat, and destroy people's lives, essentially?
Yeah.
And that's the sad thing. It's like, how is this guy even having options? Like, that's how desperate we are. Like, he has options.
Yeah. But you're thinking exactly what I was thinking. He showed organization, strategy, marketing. Like, look at the different skills that he showed to direct them towards degeneracy. Nobody had to tell him how to concoct this plan, and you're going to hear more. Nobody told him how to concoct this plan. He has all of these traits and qualities as many Black men do, but look at what they do. They only want to use their qualities for degeneracy. See, nobody had to tell them how to do this, but when you ask them about building up their communities or doing something that's going to benefit generations, they don't have a clue. But when it comes to rotating women, lying to them, manipulating them, trying to create a fake lifestyle, then he knows the wheels start turning. Then he knows how to do that.
And look, this is the classic guy who will have like 5 different baby mamas, and then be like, they tricked me. Like, they should have known I had other kids. And it's like, well, like you literally just put up this whole lifestyle.
I wasn't even looking, and I looked down at the phone because I didn't see his face, and I was like, what? It jarred me.
He said women think he's in transient housing. He said women think
look at him and think he's in transient housing.
No, he said he told this woman that he lives in transient housing when he really lives with one of his baby's moms who's pregnant.
But he still has options. And
but he still has options, even in trans. He could be, he's a bum. and he still got options in women. I wonder what race of women he has options in.
I don't know, but I'm wanting to believe that he's lying. Like deep down, like part of me doesn't want to accept. I want to believe he's more a master liar in making up stories than he's actually living this life, because it's actually more depressing if he's doing this than if he's just making it up. Because I'm just like, what women? First of all,
Hey, you gotta
he's
get into
vomitous. He's like nauseous making. He
But listen to the rest of what he says, because it's like the narrative that these dudes spin out here with women needing to choose better. You got this dude out here who's putting a lot of work into faking a lifestyle.
Right.
He's putting a lot of work into it.
Social media, and I told her, you need to add me right now, Instagram and Facebook. But that's before it got really good, before I started doing my stuff. She's like, no, I'm not going to be your friend. Now she wants to go back on that, but I said, no, you need to stand on what you said all those years ago. And my page is private, so she can't see what's going on. I maybe only sleep with maybe 1 to 2 girls at a time. And then I maybe have 10 to 15 girls that I talk to that might be able to get interchanged into that. When I do go to cheat, I like to take them places where I know that they're not going to be the other girls that I talk to. Movie theaters, because it's dark. If I can get away with getting Chick-fil-A and going to the beach, I will, because I know I'm not going to spend over $20, $30. Once sex get involved, I can manipulate a lot better. I think sex is more of like a tool for like getting to where you want. What could I get from it? Maybe it's a new job somewhere. I've had several girls buy me cars within the last few years, and I've explained it off to my girlfriend, like where I got this other car from. Depending on how low their self-esteem is, it will depend on how easy it is to get them to not pay attention to my shortcomings. And the bigger that they are, the better it is for cheating, at least. So
now I want to pause right here, though. Because he said, depending on how low their self-esteem is. So when you see all of these pop-up shops where they're like, I'm dusty, but I'm going to pretend to be high value and I'm going to give these women advice. Why do you think they're doing that? Because of the mindset that this dude has. They want low self-esteem having women. Absolutely. Because it is easier to get over on a woman if she has low self-esteem. So what you have is these men going around here, and Black women are clueless to it. They think that they're trying to help, because there was a little trash bag, Dustiana, in my comment section, swinging pom-poms for the kitten in heel who likes to suck dick behind closed doors. She was in there talking about, oh, he's helping the community. No, he's trying to lower your self-esteem so that he can have more options as a Black man.
Well, and the thing is, it's just interesting, is have you noticed the rise of this type of influencer as well? It's like guys have caught on to how naive and desperate women are. They're like, we can capitalize. Even the most degenerate broke person looking at this as an opportunity for money, because there's so many desperate women out there who are willing to listen to any guy at all about how to get a guy, even if they have like every failed relationship under the sun, and have produced no evidence whatsoever of the ability to actually maintain any relationship. So you have this plethora of Black guys now trying to diminish Black women and say, look, this is where you're deficient, and this is what you need to do in order to get a Black man, the good kind of Black man. And it's like, I see these kind of influencers pop up everywhere. And it's just, to me, as a telltale sign, is like, look, women, we need to actually wake up and stop being desperate and stupid, because it's like, you shouldn't be taking advice from just anybody. And it's like, it's just like they're picking up on it and capitalizing on our stupidity.
So could a Black man like this, because I'm going to play the rest of it, but I have a question that I want y'all to sit on. Could a Black man like this operate like this and be successful if we didn't live in a Black male worshiping culture?
Well, accept whatever they get. Lizzo kind of fucked up the game with that, because she's really empowered the body positivity movement. It made all these fat women just feel like they're like legit, like somebody special. So that's a growing problem into.
I don't even want to hear him anymore. I
don't. But my favorite is like if she's had like the gastric bypass, because she'll have the self-esteem of a fat girl, but the body of a fit girl. So it's like the best of both worlds. I've been with some super conservative women, and then I'll have conservative opinions. And then when I'm with women that are like really on the far left, like I personally don't care about things either way, but I know how to tailor my opinions. I will just say whatever I have to say to appeal to anybody. Their music, their political ideologies, sometimes you start to genuinely care about these people and you want to share your own opinions and your own worldviews. And I try not to do that because that messes up the finesse. For instance, I was with the girl and I was agreeing with political opinion that she had, but it wasn't what I really felt. And it started to cause a rift between us. But I was able to recognize what I was doing and then go back to having the same opinions and thoughts as she had. And it was able to put us back on the right track. I do lose sight of what I'm doing sometimes because sometimes there's some really bad people. They're stealing stuff out of the self-checkout lines. They're not taking good care of their children. They're just really bad people. And I just sit up and ignore these things because I realize like I'm here for a reason. I'm here to do something for myself. You know, this is for
like this is a sociopath. This is that's what that is. He's a sociopath.
Absolutely. But the thing that like Amit said, like he could really use his skills to get an amazing job. He could use his marketing skills and his interviewing skills to saying exactly what he knows they want to hear. It's like, why are you sleeping on somebody else's couch when he could have like an amazing job with his skills?
He's capitalizing on this video. He's doing that now.
Right, but why would he get a job when he knows, when he just said in here, there's been women who have bought him cars, even though he's living in transient housing. He's in transitional housing, but there's still women who make money. And then he sat up there and said he pretends to be more active with his children than he is. He creates this whole fictional lifestyle. And we know that it's not just him who does it. So we know that when
tend to be great with their kids, like doting father.
But we know that when Black men want to engage in some form of degeneracy, self-serving degeneracy, nobody has to tell them anything. The only time they come with all of these excuses is when it gets to Black women having the nerve to be like, okay, so are you going to build? Are you going to create some resources? Like, what are you going to do? But then since they know that it doesn't matter if they create any resources, they're still going to be called kings. It doesn't matter if they're subjugated peasants, they're still going to be called kings. And then like none of that matters because Black women are choosing to listen to these conquered men who need women of no color to validate them. Because keep in mind, Black men don't feel special or as if he has any value or worth unless a white person gives it to him.
I just can't believe that he has any options. Like that's incredible. Because like you can almost, like I know some women are fooled sometimes if the guy is extremely handsome or whatever, but like many of the people in the chat say, this looks like George Jefferson. And so like, what
Look, a lot of people are saying that, but if he went on to one of these groups on Facebook, posted his picture with a hat on, they'd all be all over him. And I won't say they won't, but you'd see lots of women all over him. So, I mean, we can all pretend that this is not a guy who would have options, but the reality is he could be in prison and he'd still have options.
And the reason why we're saying that he doesn't have options is because we know the trash that he is. Like, we know that he's trash. But he's sitting there portraying himself to be a great person to these women.
Exactly.
They're supposed to get along because he's saying that he agreed with everything that they say. He's pretending that he's a fun guy, taking them out on nice events and stuff. And he pretends that he can get hotter chicks than he actually can because he's posting videos on him on Facebook with hotter chicks. Like,
and this works with women too. So I'm not gonna go with that.
Right. And he's also trying to solicit women with low self-esteem. Like, he's made that clear. So he's definitely marketing himself well. And if he actually was out there, I do believe that he would get a lot of play. But the thing that's sad about that is, like, he's gross and his character is really bad. And he really thinks that he's a good person. Like, he said that he's a good person. It's like, no, bro, you're sad and you're gross. And you should be spending time. Like, he knows that he's pretending to spend more time with his children than he actually does. Like, that's so horrible. And he knows that's what a real good guy would do. A real good guy would spend time with his children. So I'm going to pretend that I do that. But then he tells women that he is in transitional housing.
But look, he's just
and he's not.
He's just lying on his resume to get a job, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, but he should be lying on a resume to actually get a better job than sitting there and trying to cheat. Like he's literally doing all this so he can cheat on his wife, on his girlfriend. All of this is so he can cheat.
But
it's not so he can cheat and get a better job.
What guy doesn't do that? Like what guy actually who's cheating? What guy doesn't do that? How uncommon is it? Is it really uncommon that like?
Well, yeah, it's really not that uncommon, but he's bragging about it. He's like telling everyone how good of a cheater and how it's
lucrative now. It's lucrative to do that. He's getting paid for that video that he put out. He'll get followers for that video that he put out.
Well, I guess he is getting cars.
Degenerate behavior these days with guys is like, it's a form of a form of monetary gain. So we don't have a lot of high expectations. We can't hear you.
I think. Oh, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I was just saying that I think realistically, the reason men even play these games, and it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but I just think that when there is a benefit, like something to be gained from engaging in shenanigans, they're going to engage in shenanigans. I honestly think that women, we need to recognize the value of, I know I say this all the time, but seriously, the value of access to our bodies. If he could not get access to these women's bodies, he wouldn't bother spinning elaborate narratives. And at the end of the day, we seem to think that there's a win for us in getting into bed with and allowing a man to spend time with us when the win is really for him. And so it should be hard to get our time. It should be hard to get access to our bodies. It should be hard to get our attention, because the more investment a man has to make to engage you, the less likely he's going to behave retarded. Not saying he can't behave retarded. I'm just saying the easier the work, the more likelihood he's going to act out. The more he has to invest, the more skin he's got in the game, the less likely he is to act a complete, utter idiot. So, I mean, we just need to, and I can't remember which one of you ladies was saying it about, maybe someone was saying it about them intentionally trying to decide what the price of milk is when they're the consumer. We are allowing men to tell us what our value is. And the problem with that is, number one, yes, to an extent, men determine like how valuable a woman is by their desire for her. But to a greater extent, men know that women have low self-esteem. Just keep it real. And I know everybody's gonna be like, I don't have low self-esteem. The world is built around our low self-esteem. The beauty industry, everything marketed toward women is built off of us not thinking we're good enough. Men know this, and they take advantage of our low self-esteem. So to allow them to determine and tell us what is or isn't wrong with us is detrimental to an extent, because they're always going to try to make us feel worse about ourselves, because that gives them easier access. So we need to close up the stores. Shut the stores down, pick a number, and then they'll start to behave.
But I think a lot of what happens is that people realize that women actually look at men as a piece of meat as well, so they just want to hit and move on. Or
that's what.
So there's just like,
I mean, ain't that what I told you? I told Irene this something.
So
yeah,
I said that sometimes women just want new dick.
Yeah, and
I know.
So
but you did say that, Sin.
Their objective is just that, to get this dude in the bed too.
Right, but so Sin and Onyx, I agree with you, there are women like that. But can we also agree that the majority of women don't behave that way? The majority of women are trying to... Okay, so if the majority of women behave that way, then why is it that men know that they can use long-term commitment and marriage as a tool, a carrot on a stick?
Because women are socialized to believe that they need to have that as a part of their
okay, but that may be so.
marriage needs to be at some point in the picture. So, for example, most guys or even women, sometimes you don't even actually even have to realistically believe that the relationship is going to go there. But as long as the guy has that in their mind or have presented that as an option, that's enough.
But then that kind of means that you do agree with me that most women don't view relationships with men as casual things. They view them as things they hope to make long term, whether that be social conditions or not.
Well, you're right, Irene. They don't. Most women don't look at men as, oh, let me get some new dick and then rotate. Most women don't look at. They don't.
It don't have to be a shiny new dick. It can just be any dick will do. It don't have to be like a nice new dick. But I also think that part of the problem is, and I think we can't afford this in the Black community, marriage is seen as a social status amongst women only. It's not seen as a social status with men. Right. It's seen as a social status for us. And that's a problem.
No, the problem is that Black men don't value marriage and they see it as shackles around themselves. And Black women view marriage as a badge of honor and the way that she shows the world that she has value and that she's worthy. And so based on that, when you have that dynamic, the men are going to have the control. Now, there's other factors of why there's so much control that men have. And we can just say men of every race. Now, add to that when you have a dusty trash bag pathology and you have nothing to offer as a male group, then you're really going to use that because that's what they do. Like Nyla, I was just watching your playback and these dudes kept mentioning, oh, Black women are going to die alone. If you want to get that good high value man, they wouldn't be saying these things if they didn't know that this is what Black women put all their stock into. Now, what Black women don't know is that when there's a high value discussion being had, it shouldn't involve Black men because they're not high value.
But can we just say who doesn't die alone? Like, are you really dying with the person?
No, am I not Black women?
Shouldn't be allowed that talking point anyway. Like we don't they are the ones they die first. And they die the lonely list. More than likely, we're going to die with the children that they leave, Black women, or at least family members, because we've supported other people, so it's reciprocated. Black male
taken away to the grave, but you're going to that grave by yourself. That's just the reality. Hopefully,
everybody goes by themselves. And another thing is what they need to stop doing, and this is why I need people to really start driving it home to them because they've got it twisted. Women, once you get to be 40, 45 years old, which is that age where they start trying to guilt shame. Oh, you're not married yet. You're 40. You're 35. Once you've
I saw this post where it says, why are older women 35 to 60 single and looking for relationships with men?
Well, that's the thing. That's a misconception. Nobody's looking. Once you've cohabitated or been married already, had your children and don't want anymore, how many women really? Like what? Like God forbid something happened where, Taz and I got divorced or something happened to him or whatever. Do you really think I would be somewhere, oh Lord, let me go find me another man before I get too old? No, I am going to be booking flights every week. Like there's no way they think
your best. I mean, women think living your best life because that's just
right. Because they act like these women want to be in these situations where you have to be, bothered, with the man and do all and cater your life around him all over again after a certain age. No, you don't. It's in your best interest to just be chill at that point. They need you after 45, 50, and 60 more than you need them.
Well, and I feel like that's why you have so many bitter Black men because it's like. They are realizing that, look, I'm not getting a woman to be interested in me. I'm having less options. And then it's like this bitterness towards Black women and this need to lower the self-esteem, lower the standards for themselves. So women will be like, okay, well, how do I need to change myself so that I can get.
I think they know we live in a black male worshiping culture, and I think that they understand black female psychology better than black women understand their psychology. And I think that's why I get trolled so much for talking about their psychology, because they don't want black women to become privy to their psychology, because once that happens, then black women are going to send them back to the dust from whence they came. And I think that that's the core problem.
Well, I just know there's
is that black women don't understand black male psychology. They don't understand why black men are doing the things that they're doing. They don't see, sorry, I'm moving this computer because I'm about to fry some chicken wings. I don't know about y'all, but I'm hungry. But I think that black women that don't understand when black men are manipulating and gaslighting them and just performing versus when they actually care. And most of what they're doing is a performance. They're buck dancing for black women because that's where the money resides. Look, they can sit up here and say the black woman's net worth is $5. Yeah, they can say black women have a net worth of $5 as much as they want to, but whenever they want to start making money, they start going to black female spaces. They do not go to black male spaces.
That's so true. That is so true. But like, did she just say that's where the money resides? It's like I want to hear that song now. But Ella, you're looking stunning. What you doing later on tonight? Ella?
Oh, hi.
Yeah, you look stunning.
I'm just in my head.
You didn't see the money reside?
No, I did. That's why I'm laughing, because now that's gonna be stuck in my head. I'm probably gonna go watch it because it's.
No, but they know that's where the money. They know that. They don't go on here. There's two things that I noticed. Nobody's marketing changed to black men. Not even black women, because when black women do their channels and all of this level up stuff, they're marketing it towards women. So that tells me that everybody thinks black men are a lost cause because nobody's talking up to them about self-improvement. And nobody's going to black men to make money because there's no money.
Well, that's why I feel like so many black men trying to portray themselves as black women. Like, it's like there's so many black guys.
Oh my gosh.
It's ridiculous. It's like it's if I can't
Tyler Perry is not
you
the
and
first.
be you, I'm going to be you. So let me portray your attitude, let me look like you, let me just be a black woman. And I see that on the rise as well.
Yeah, but it's like black women, because even on that Fresh and Fit podcast, the biggest issue is that those black women, they didn't understand how to recognize when they're being set up by these men. They don't understand the setup. They didn't see the setup that he set up there. Well, what do they call himself, Frank, whatever? When that dude said in the chat box, if y'all want to see this alter ego Frank, who I guess is straight because the other dude, he's sucking dick. So I guess his alter ego is supposed to be the straight dude. And then on a regular day, he's gay. But when he said to the chat box, if y'all want to see this Frank dude come out, then put one in the chat box. Those black women still didn't have any discernment for what's happening. If they're asking if they want to see something, that means you're being set up. You are the show at that point. And they can't even see that because of what black women think about black men. Black women really think that black men are not there to humiliate them, ridicule them, and exploit them. They don't think that that's something that black men are coming to do, but it is. That's what the Kitten and Heels is doing. That's what all of these dudes do, because black men can't just sit up with themselves. Very few of them can actually just get on YouTube and make money off their own merit. They can't. And even the ones who are, they're still talking about black women, or they're gaming. They're either gamers, comedians, and the comedians are pretending to be black women, or they're talking about black women. So black men in this space, they make their money some way or other off of black women. They're not doing it off their own accord. And black women haven't caught on to that. And I don't know why we haven't caught on to that. But the bottom line of it is they're here to exploit you. That's why y'all don't see me doing panels with men no more. I don't get on black male panels. And I haven't in the last 2 years. I don't think I've done cause I used to go on Dusty Ugly O'Shea's channel, as ugly as he is. Like, how are you that ugly? Like, really? I mean, but I used to go on his panels, but I don't anymore because I saw how much money he was making off of me being on there. So I stopped going on there, and now as a workaround, he'll just put my name in the title of his videos.
He said he gonna come up one way or the other.
Yeah, he gonna come up either way. He's gonna make money, and so that Black women just haven't become privy to the antics of Black men, and it has to be because of what you were socialized to believe about them. It has to be, and that socialization is trash. That socialization is why they're running around here as entitled 3 trash bags. Like, nobody is obligated to let you bring your 3 trash bags over to them. They're not. Like, I don't gotta let you bring them trash bags over here. Like, you need to go take them to your preference. And why is it every time I talk to one of their preferences, guess what they're complaining about? Getting the same Black man.
Right.
They ain't getting nothing else. They getting those same trash bag logics, the dusty, I'm a king, but I don't got no kingdom, and I'm laying up at your house. It's like, how long, like for Black women, I just wonder, like, how long are we going to tolerate this? I'm telling you, I ain't tolerating it. I'm not. But it's like, how long Black women are.
I don't know, like, how hot is this guy that we're talking about? What's his tongue game like?
Is that Jack Daniels?
No, but it is whiskey.
Maker's Mark?
No, Ezra Brooks.
Oh, whatever. Anyway.
It's 90 proof, so don't whatever me. This ain't nothing to sneeze.
Why do you have a straw in a whiskey bottle, though? She's in there with a straw in the whiskey bottle, and it's like, am I the only one who noticed that? So y'all don't say nothing about the fact that she got a straw in a whiskey bottle.
Wait, is that show called Fab and Fit? Like Fabulous and Fit?
No, Fresh and Fit.
Oh. Y'all in the chat have me messed up. I was like, what's the gayness?
Let me show y'all the Butterball turkey while they're talking about Fresh and Fit, because I see a lot of overweight, hit the wall type dudes in this scenario. But let me show y'all something, because the wall slammed into him. Does he look fit and fresh?
No, he looks like he has pork chop grease going through his veins.
Right, and chitlin juice rolling off of his head. Like, he's sitting up there full of chitlin juice, but he on and let me look up their Instagram. Let me just look it up, because, like, seriously, now it's time to, like, really get into the roast, because I just don't. First of all, he's too ugly. I would never be like. I'm not about to be. Oh, here it is. Fresh and Fit Miami.
These dudes are so. If you're balding, you should just shave your head bald. I don't think you should have patchiness like the one dude that threatened the lady has. I think you should shave completely and just accept that you're losing your hair instead of trying to hold on to it, or use the spray to spray it dark. I would do that. No, I'm gonna say something.
And ham hocks. Then, I mean, maybe he wouldn't be unfit, because this doesn't look like a fit dude to me. This dude, you can tell he's concealing his pot belly under here. Hold on. Like, look at all the pudge that's growing right here. Does he look like he fresh and fit as he sits up here with some throwbacks? He's obviously gay.
He's got man titties. I'm not really concerned about his pot belly, but he's definitely got titties.
And then they're adding Kevin Samuels and Sugar Booty Donovan. It's like, really? Like,
notice how in the picture there's only white women? Like, he didn't even take the picture with the Black women. Just only white women.
They're not even fit white women. They're not fresh and fit either.
Oh no, they're gross.
No, and I don't know as curvy as hers.
Somebody said they didn't see the screen. I don't know how you're not able to see the screen. I shared it, but whatever. So I'll share the screen again. Here's the screen. And notice how they're adding Kevin Samuel. So they're simping for men. They're adding Sugar Booty, Dick Sucking Donovan Sharp, who's laying up with a man that men of no color have already said is a throwback, but he's sitting up there bragging on it. She's 45, wall slammed into her 20 years ago.
Looks like Stuart Little.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the wall has
Yeah,
hit all
Ratatouille.
those women.
But look at this woman. Like you got this woman.
Why
built
did
like
Ratatouille
SpongeBob.
come to mind? You're saying Stuart Little, but I'm looking at Ratatouille when I look at what is
That got me calling her Stuart Little. He put her picture next to Stuart. I promise they look the same. They look like they're related, blood relatives.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I would have ended their whole career had I been one of the women in the room, because I'm not playing with y'all. I would have started crying when he threatened me. I would have curled into a ball. I would have been. I would have went all freaking woman on him. Like he would have never. Like all his sponsors would have left. Like the feminists would have been out. By the time I finished falling into my femininity on there, they would have been like, oh shit, like this is they would have never released that tape, because that would have been the end of their career. I think at some point we need to know women, like sometimes confrontation is not always the best move, especially if you're on camera. Like play up, because you know they care about the system. Go full into your womanhood on them. Be like terrified. Start crying. Like I'm telling you, I would have been in a whole
so crazy.
I would have been like a roly-poly on the floor in tears. And they would have been like, what kind of monster is this yelling at this woman?
I would have violently defended myself when he said he was going to drag me out of there by my hair, because I've already had that happen to me, and I don't respond too well to that. I don't.
Right.
No,
I feel like it's about to be a bar fight in here.
I'm embracing toxic femininity. So
it's like you about to do what? The who? I'm getting drawn.
I'm wondering if she had actually turned up.
I would have turned up.
I'm wondering if she had.
I just think it's disgusting that she would have had to. Like it really is bothersome that the guys just sit there. I don't even know what I would do in that situation, because I honestly don't think that I don't even know. But it's just really disgusting that it even happened that way.
I mean, I just don't think that she was prepared to get into a cat fight with a closeted LGBTQ dick sucker. I just don't think that's what she. Like,
I don't even know. No, because I don't even think the LGBTQ would have acted like that. I don't know that they even. They seem that community has a lot more respect for women than what was displayed there. I've never been in a situation where I've seen, and not to say it won't happen, because but I'm just saying that's a different. That's just like, it's nasty cowarders behavior, and it's really disgusting, and it's like you said, they kind of set the mood for that type of situation to happen. So she should have kind of picked up on the type of environment that she was in, the type of guys that she was dealing with. And I won't even say guys, because I'm really offended and upset by the fact that the women just sit there laughing. Like, how are you sitting in your seat?
Right. I'm wondering if
sitting here. Like, I would have a problem with that. I would have a problem with the fact that the other guy is literally sitting on the couch. Like, how are you not saying anything about this? I like, that's a situation when you just either remove yourself from the situation and say, you know what, we're gonna leave, because these are disgusting people. Or
he should have had some popcorn.
What?
He should have had some popcorn, because he was just thoroughly amused by the whole situation.
I'm trying
to. They all were, because the girls were sitting there too with their headphones on. Like, how can you comfortably sit in that situation? Like, they all. How are you sitting down when that's happening? Like, I just don't understand why.
Why are the women not making the circuit? Ladies who are there, reach out, come tell your story, talk about how terrified you were, how big they were, how scary that was, how internally you were shaking, but externally you were trying to be strong because you didn't know what would happen and you felt helpless. Like, I'm telling you, they need to be, I would be making the whole circuit. I would be like, I know I look composed, but honestly, like, I was just so afraid. It was so many of them. Did you see that scene when like I was sandwiched between three men, and like I was just trying to protect myself, and I did not know how to react. I've never been in that situation. Like, I just wanted my paperwork so that I could go, and I would just be, girl, ladies, I would be on every YouTube channel, Tasha K. I would be on, like, you would not keep me off these airwaves. I would be like, You know,
But
I've suffered so much abuse. I went into fight or flight. Like, he's so big.
But I honestly don't think that she would have gotten that kind of publicity had she done that. I don't think that people would have listened to her. I don't think people would have cared. I think that the reason why we do see it circulating is because she was loud and aggressive, and she did, you know, she was more masculine. That's kind of what it goes narrative of women, Black women being aggressive and masculine. So I don't think that if she did, you know, play her cards right, I don't think that she would have gotten that. I don't think it would have circulated.
Well, I agree with you, but that's why I said we're so used to being abused and under attack and having to defend ourselves. If a camera is involved, we need to learn how to become a whole actual stereotypical woman up in there, so that nobody can play that card, so that we can start taking people out. It's not even about if you really feel in that vibe. It's about, we know society is built to protect women who present a certain way. Start manipulating that stuff. I mean, lots of women are doing it. We're not given the ability to fall into our femininity and use that. But I'll be damned if you're standing a foot over me and get in my face and talk about dragging me. You'll never work again. I promise you. By the time I'm done out here with my push-up bra in tears and curls, you will never work in this town again. Like, that's the end of your whole career. You're not going to be able to get a job at Walmart, Costco, nothing, none of that. You're done.
That takes training, and Black women especially, we tend to have that, you know, the activate the fight, flight, or
fight
freeze,
rather than the flight or
and
freeze.
because we are constantly being attacked, we don't really have opportunities to play to be a victim, or other than, and people are victims, obviously. I feel like she was a victim in that situation, but what I mean is, I don't think that, I mean, unless you really are in of that mindset to where you believe people would care if you were crying or if you were hurt, then you're not necessarily going to respond in the situation where it's hostility and people are showing that, look, I'm just going to sit on the couch. And in our global society, don't look at Black women or treat Black women as so we matter in terms of, like, if we are in pain, like, look, go to the hospital, and then we're like, oh, you're fine, you know.
Right.
So I think
tough it up.
I agree with,
They'll be like, tough it up. Look how strong you are.
Yeah, right. And I
doing so well.
If,
like,
if
no,
more
I'm
Black women took
dying.
the position that Irene is speaking of, then that will slowly change. But I just don't think that we have the society that responds to Black women in a way that we are respected or regarded as our feelings matter, and that people are gonna, like, if the police would respond and try to protect her, or that in her environment would come in involved and protect her if she's crying. So it is more, I'm gonna protect myself in this situation because I'm being disrespected, and I'm not going to allow someone to disrespect me. So it's like, Black women, we do have to stand up for ourselves, because too many people in society, like, there isn't a community that sticks up for Black women. So it's really difficult to be in that position where we feel that our tears will result in someone's action to our defense.
I think that's really fair, especially in day-to-day life. But I think in this case, with public figures, that's the opportunity for us to exploit our own womanhood, for lack of a better term. And I have to say, and I'm sure this has happened to many Black women, not just me, I fall into my feminine all the time. Like, I definitely know how to get somebody to come to my defense. Like, if I'm having a problem with a man, I know how to look, or if I need help, I've definitely had men been up and be like, are you okay? Like, is there anything I can do? Yeah. Like, I was standing outside of Home Depot, just like waiting for a lift, and, you know, had a guy be like, is everything okay? Like, I see you like waiting here. I'm like, no, I'm fine. So I think definitely we can do that. I don't think you're right. I think you're right that society has not afforded us that. But I think also we have the expectation always that we have to be strong. But I'm going to tell you, when these cameras get on us and we're dealing with these public figures, that is the opportunity for us to not be strong, to know, because we know it's going to hit the internet.
Right.
We know it's going to hit the news like that. If you decide at no other point in your life to not be strong, let it not be strong with a public figure while you're being filmed. Like that's going to be the exact moment I've decided that I'm not trying to fight back. Today's not the day.
Right.
Today's the day I'm gonna let you look like the monster that you are. Today is the day I'm gonna let you look at like the aggressive beast that you are, to look like the danger that you are. And I'm gonna look like the woman that I am, so nobody can get it confused. And I think
totally agree, and I think that that'd be beautiful, and that people should do that. But I just, even putting myself in that situation, I cannot imagine like if somebody spoke to me in that way, and like I can't imagine how that. And I'm thinking of even in the most civilized situations where like if somebody just like cut me in line, I'm gonna assertively say, actually you need to step back. I can't see myself, and I know I agree that it's actually, you know, counterproductive to take that stance, but it's so knee-jerk reaction because it's just, you know, in society
being disrespected.
Black women get picked on so much. We get disrespected so much. Most of us are fed up with it, and we just know that we have to stand up for ourselves. So I agree 100% that what you're saying is absolutely right, and it would possibly change things, especially when it comes to like something being taped. But I think it's definitely easier said than done, because if you're in a situation where someone disrespects you, your
natural response
be like is to defend yourself. And correct that person. And you don't necessarily have to like fight the person, obviously, but you're going to defend yourself. You're going to speak up for yourself. And but I mean, in that situation, like is a dude pushing you, what are you gonna do?
I mean, that's a scary situation. Honestly, I would have started me personally, in that situation when it comes to men, just because I have had a serious situation where I've been harmed. I would start to act in my feminine, because it's going to guilt the other men in the room to stepping into their place. That would be my hope. So that would be my hope. So. But I would say, like, it can't hurt to practice it every day. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, let me go into a room where all of my men folk can't hear me. I do stuff all the time. Like, I cannot reach this. I cannot open this. This is too heavy. You know, I am scared of this. Like, will you come with me? Like, you know, what do you think? I just step into my feminine for no reason at all. Yeah. Just for the sake of practice. You know what I mean? That's and I think you start to feel empowered when you learn how to use that. When you learn how to speak, how to look, what to say, to elicit a protective and proactive reaction out of people. And then when you find yourself in that situation, your practice, because I do understand, like you were saying, Onyx, so many of us never have had that luxury, but you have to flex that muscle. I mean, you've got a vagina, girl. You can flex the muscle. Trust me. You can do it. You're absolutely
right. And if people do practice that, then you're essentially training people how to respond to you. So, but it does take practice. It would definitely take practice. And I think doing the little things that you're mentioning, pretending not to do, to be able to do things, that would put you in that mindset where, you know, should something happen, then you are going to think more of like, look, I don't need to be in the space of taking it to that level. Like, you can put yourself at levels. Like, I'm going to say this, or I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to let it get to the point where I'm picking up a chair and smashing their head in like I want to do.
Well, for me, I would never go in a situation with that many people that I do not know and not bring mace. And so the entire room probably would have just gotten maced once he decided to come victimize myself and or my friend, because obviously those two were together. Yeah. So I mean, there are things that you could do and still be in your femininity and still have the upper hand and be aggressive enough to protect yourself. So if he walked up in her face, she could have simply maced him, and then like cried about the fact that he was in her face. Right. And then she's still being feminine, but she's also still protecting herself.
Right.
Yeah. In a way, when he pushed me, I would have fell on the floor. You know how he pushed her and she moved the computer? I would have literally just fell completely on the floor.
Like, oh my God. She's like, I got this fear. She got it soft.
He pushed me. What is wrong with you? Like, I would have, y'all, okay?
I already been watching these Karens.
Like, I'm not playing.
I feel it though. I hear that.
That almost
looks like Cynthia's making a full meal. So who's going over for dinner?
What are we watching?
Because I didn't realize I was on mute. I'm sitting over here talking. Can we revisit this about Kevin Samuels being gay? Let's go.
Leave this dude alone.
Laying up in his bed and accidentally got exposed while he was alive, and he's yet to provide a real explanation. So while he's giving y'all all this advice, I guess he is setting y'all up to be with the men that y'all deserve.
Straight Guys Aren't Straight, Part 18. To be fair, I thought this person was already an out queer man. So did I. I thought this person was already an out queer man. And that, to be fair, I thought this person was already an out queer man. To be fair, I thought this person was already an out queer man. To be fair, I thought this person was already an out queer man. And to be fair, I thought this person was already an out queer man. And that's not a personal dig. I thought that that's just where we were at with him. Secondly, this person is beyond misogynistic. And what have we learned about misogyny? It's often linked to homophobia. And what have we learned about homophobia? It's often linked to the fact that people are afraid to be themselves. We have a rule in the queer community that we don't out people, but when you are misogynistic and homophobic, well, I think it's time that we stopped that rule. All of these male dating coaches are full of bull. And here's just another example of that. But welcome to the community.
So we just go ignore the fact that the LGBTQ community just outed this man?
No.
I said the first time I saw him, he's a guy who does not need to be outed. Like his existence, he's one person who will never need to come out of the closet. He can definitely say he was born this way. He is definitely somebody who, like, he doesn't need to say, look, like, you would be an idiot to look at this guy and think anything other than, come on.
I mean, but at the end of the day, if you're a booty bandit, just own it. Like, I mean, I just don't. What's the harm in him admitting that he sucks dick and he had a male?
He doesn't have to. He does not need to admit any of that. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. He is who he is. I just think it's fascinating that anybody would literally think anything other than. I don't care if he even came and said I was never. That's not me. And I would say to him that he's clearly not living.
He was a lie.
That's just the reality.
You need to let me play him being a queen, where he was talking about his purse and his high heels.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, girl, for sure.
That will never get old to me.
Because I'm going to troll them as much as I possibly can. And don't make me get on this clip where he's counting my Patreon subscribers.
Right.
Like a little
and then he'd be like, bitch. Yeah, he doesn't need to come out. He's already out.
So a whole bad bitch right here.
Big Boom, you lazy and sloppy. You like to come on my channel and act like I'm trying to tell you you need to play a game.
He's one of those angry black women he be talking about, really.
Ain't nothing over here. Ain't nothing sweet about what's going on over here. Just because I look cool and got my glasses on, believe me, I'm about that game. Man to man, I can step anywhere with anybody and I will get respect. In my goddamn purse strapped across my chest, in my high heel goddamn boots, in my perfume. But fuck with me.
Exactly.
There's video to this? I didn't even know there was video.
Yes. So we just gonna act like he didn't say he in heels, purses, and perfume?
He doesn't need to
this
say
what we
that.
doing?
It's like, I don't understand why we need to, like, he doesn't need to say anything.
Now you know the kittens.
Like, you act like,
the kittens will straight come in here and say, my daddy is a high value man. And it's
you act like you need him to come and steal your lip gloss for you to know that he's a gay guy. It's like, no. This man is 100% gay.
I mean, he's like, again, he's a flaming hot Cheeto. So he's a fruitcake. It just is what it is. But anyway, so I don't know what y'all want to do. I don't know if y'all want to do the takeover show, but I got to fry this chicken.
No, I need to go to Costco.
I'll have some fried chicken and whatever Ella's drinking, though.
She drinking whiskey.
Oh, I want a shot. Shots. Okay.
I might call somebody and start some drama because I'm in that type of mood.
I feel you, actually.
I think I am. I think I actually might.
Oh, I want to see what V's up to.
Can I give you a phone number?
The who?
Just anybody. She's just saying
No,
she'll give you a number.
a guy.
And what guy? Text it to me. Cause I feel like it's the setup.
No, and I'll tell you why. What the reason being. What
Oh, I want to be involved. I want to play.
She want to play.
I play too.
Y'all can call him on three-way.
Y'all remember that Beckisha that hit me and wanted to call? If I knew what her thing is, I would pull up free conference call, or I would star 67 so we could prank her right now. But it's just like, I don't remember. This was a long time ago, so I wouldn't even be able to find her email. But I would love to like prank call her and ask her what is she doing with that copper fish badge.
That sounds like fun.
I would love to ask her what does she do. I know I really would. I remember that chick Nyla who would call up all the time, that white woman, and she'd always call in for tasks.
Yeah, I remember that. I was going through old streams the other day and I heard that. And didn't she say like she had like a 54-inch waist or something like that?
She did. Wow. I really wish we had her number so we could troll her.
I'm telling you.
I want to troll somebody. I really do.
I feel like having a dusty conversation.
I do kind of do actually. Like playing in dust. You trying to play in dust for a little while?
Yeah, why don't we let some dusties call in?
Yeah, I can open it up if you want to let some if some dusties want to call in and tell me why this man is getting outed by the I didn't download free conference call. Let me just try to do it now.
Oh yes. I keep forgetting.
She's just hungry now. I need some food. I want some of that chicken.
I know. That's what
I have to get to it. Actually, I really do. I'm about to do it now. My back is just itching, and then I'm gonna grill me some broccoli. It's so good.
But I want some chicken wings or something like that. But
I want some zucchini and halloumi cheese.
Zucchini with cheese?
It's halloumi cheese, so it's like you're a vegan, so it's like not a vegan. It's like a vegetable substitute. It's good. It's delicious. I don't think I have it in America. I've looked for it and I've never had it there. I haven't found it there. So, but it's delicious and salty. One of my favorites.
Yeah, I'm stuck with real cheese. Actually, the fake cheese doesn't really taste that great.
Why is free conference call charging?
I don't know, but I need to, because I've been paying for over a year for the 1-800 number, and I've not used it to where they can just call in straight on one number without having to do anything. And I don't even know how to set it up.
If they had it where you could block that nasty hold music, I would actually pay for that.
Yeah, they do. And actually, I think that's the problem. I need to take care of that because I think that would eliminate the music. You can actually change the music to whatever you want, but I don't like the music at all.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I never see a way for to do it, but let me see if I got this caller. So let me put the call number in there so a Dusty can call up if they want to. Mm-hmm. And they usually don't anyway because they're puss, but
and also they don't want to be called Dusties. I mean, if you're gonna admit that you're a Dusty by calling in, you just said Dusties call in.
I know some of Kevin Samuel's little sugar booty bandits is in here. Y'all always in here. Hell, he might be cloud watching. Oh, let me pop up these analytics so we can go into these analytics really quickly because I want to show somebody something because people are going to stop playing with me on these analytics because let me just show y'all how much sense it makes for analytics to be, because I want to show y'all the difference between somebody watching the channel as a content creator versus them just having traffic coming over. Hold on, let me show y'all because I got something for, and I want the little Dusty booty bandit kittens to come over here too. Come over here and learn something about y'all's cat daddy. That's what I want y'all to do.
Yeah. Because
I'm going to show y'all something. See, because people want to play. So I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to show y'all the difference between some traffic coming over versus somebody cloud watching. So this is my analytics. So we have now, I'm going to use Nyla for an example. So this would be traffic because you have the average view duration and look, you have under impressions. Notice how you have impressions and click-through rates of impressions. You see the same thing, with Woman Spear. You see the same thing with Blue Nola Tarot. You see all of these impressions on there. But what happens when somebody's cloud watching though? I'm gonna show y'all what happens when somebody's cloud watching. Now we have Saturday Night Live in here. So for the people who think that this is people bringing traffic, so you mean to tell me one person from Saturday Night Live subscribers came over here and have no impressions and just watched one video? This is what they're trying to convince me, that this isn't who's watching you. This is who's bringing traffic to your channel. So y'all think Saturday Night Live came and brought one view to my channel?
No, right. Whoever's saying that doesn't know how to read the analytics, because there's another place within the analytics where you can see where it shows where, the whole thing where what your viewers watch and all this kind of stuff. But traffic source under channel, this is actually showing who is watching and sharing your content.
Right, because look, the Breakfast Club is in here, right? So you mean one person came over from the Breakfast Club and they didn't comment, they didn't do no impressions? Right. You got the Dusty Kitten and Heels here. His bandits come over here and are very active. Why is there no impressions on here? Where's the impressions? Do y'all notice how under Kevin Samuels, there's no impressions? Huh?
That's nuts.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If Kevin Samuels trash bag bandits who come in here and they simp for him all the time, first of all, it will be more than 8 of them, first of all. But do you really think the impression and click-through rate will be empty? Right. If their bandits were over here, when they get in the comment section, they will super chat. You really think that it will be empty under impressions and they would only be watching for 2 minutes? The average viewer time is 2 minutes and 55 seconds. When have one of his trash bag bandits came in my chat box for only 2 minutes? Because they linger and they put a lot of comments, yet there's no impressions under here. So guess what this means? Oh yeah, the LGBTQ kitten is cloud watching again. That's why he comes and goes out of here. It's because he's cloud watching.
Yep.
That's why you don't see any impressions under the Breakfast Club. There's a lot of these things with just one view, side by side with Malika and Khadijah. You think some people came over from Malika and Khadijah's channel, or do you think they came and watched one video?
And we can to even make it solid, I could show mine, same thing. He's in there with the same one and with the same, no impressions, just watching a video, him, Kwame Brown.
Yeah.
All of them are there. Fresh and Fit is in my analytics. Yeah. And of course I'm up, you're up high, I was high up on yours. I was you're right up underneath me with Taz.
And the impression isn't empty, right?
No, the impressions are very
exactly that, because it shows, because when I come over there, I'm active, I'm commenting. Why? And look, this is not a dummy Kitten Heels channel. This is his channel with 954 subs. So this isn't a troll channel. This is his channel. If this was his trash bag Dusties, please, number one, the views would be higher if it was his trash bag Dusties, and these impressions would not be left empty.
Right.
They just wouldn't. They wouldn't, because they always make impressions in here. Well, why am I seriously?
Yeah,
so the bottom. So yeah.
Also have when they share a link, because there's another way you can drill down into the impressions. I found it one day because there was actually Angry Man was under my impressions, and it showed that he shared my link to my video in a Discord. So you can really get deep into these analytics.
Yeah, but they'll sit there and tell you, oh no, that's not who them watching you. That's who's them driving traffic to your channel. No, because if that was the case, they wouldn't be coming and going. That they wouldn't be. You wouldn't find them in your analytics 1 minute and then they're not the next minute. Because some I actually share subs with certain people on here, so they would just always be in the analytics. Mm-hmm. And they're not. But if they're coming and going, then they're coming and going. The bottom line is that's the person cloud watching. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. And so the little sugar booty bandits, oh yeah, we said I want them to call in and tell me why the kitten in heels is in my analytics. That's what I want them to come tell me. I had to log in. Let's see who's on here.
There is one other participant in the conference.
Okay, 480, you're on the line.
Hey, Ben. I watched your show.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, because other people are coming in, so I had to do it. But go ahead, 480.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I just wanted to say I watch your shows all the time. I wanted to comment on the discussion that you and Irene had, I believe, probably earlier this week. And you guys were talking about like monogamy and stuff with women. And one thing that I found interesting was I had a mathematics teacher when I was taking college algebra. And he was this Vietnamese guy. And he was talking about, I don't know how the discussion started, but one thing if you guys know about functions are usually on a graph on the y-axis, on the x-axis. And the way to tell a function is when the line that passes through the y-axis is on the x-axis. And it's like, there's something called the straight line test that determines that. And in mathematics books, almost every math book that I've ever seen, usually they'll give examples of how to determine a function by listing female names on the x-axis, and then the y-axis would be male names, just for examples in the book. And I've asked my teacher one time, I asked her, well, why is it always the male names are usually on the y-axis and the female names on the x-axis? And he said, I don't know how the way he worded it, it just made so much sense. But he was basically saying like, well, that's because of women can have multiple men and it would be considered a functional relationship. Like women can have multiple men because they're built to have multiple men and it's still considered a functional relationship, whereas men cannot have multiple women. That's why it's never functional. And the way he worded it, it made so much sense and it was so clear, but he was basically saying that women are designed by design to be to have multiple, or they can if they wanted to have multiple partners, whereas men are not supposed to. And so when you guys were having a discussion, I wanted to call in to mention that to you guys because it was something that I found interesting and was related to what you and Irene were talking about.
Oh, more proof on me saying that women are the ones who are not meant to be monogamous, not men.
Correct.
Yeah, because they're not. Women are not meant to be monogamous, and we've allowed men to come in and control all of our sexuality and what we think about ourselves, and they just have control in general. We've allowed them to do that, and that's why they're saying, "Oh, well, no, women aren't built to be monogamous. Men are." There was something that Tanya was showing. Hold on, there was something that Tanya TKO was showing on her thing where she said there was a biological breakdown of why some men have curved penises. There is like a biological thing with that in terms of, once again, women not being meant to be monogamous. They're meant to have multiple male partners.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so that's what I wanted to bring up, because if it's even that descriptive on a mathematical level, then what is the universe really saying? And also I'm trying to work on my computer on how to get some videos that I want email to you for, I don't know when you're going to do your next Who They Really Choose, but just interesting videos that I want to email to you on that.
Yeah. Well,
is your email usually in the description?
What was that?
Is your email in the description?
Yeah, it is. It's at the end of the description, but because I want to grab another caller because I'm about to fry this chicken, so I really ain't about to be on here for that long. But I want to get a few callers. I want somebody to call in and explain to me why the kitten is in my analytics.
All right. Well, thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that info.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bye.
I just have to say in defense of my argument that male reproductive resources can be wasted, whereas female reproductive resources are far more precious and finite. We only have the capacity maximally to release, in most normal women, unless you release 2 eggs at once, occasionally 12 eggs a year, whereas sperm is just like pass the butter. So even if women were not monogamous, our reproductive resources are far more precious and so should be handled as such because we're not just,
But why? But why should they though? Like what do we?
Because we only have 12 eggs a year. So men can waste sperm left and right. Women, we have 12 eggs a year. So you would want if you choose to do something with those eggs, right? You want
right, but just because you
want
have
to maximize their potential.
Right, but just because you have sex doesn't mean your eggs have to be a part of that, though.
I know, but the trauma many women have suffered by having the wrong person fertilize their eggs, right?
They suffer trauma because they're conditioned to believe that their emotions are tied to sex, when the reality is sex is a biological function, much like eating a sandwich. We would be emotional, and some people are emotional over their food, but we would feel the same way about sex as we feel about eating food if we were conditioned to feel that way. It is literally a biological drive that we're choosing to attach emotion to because we're convinced and conditioned to, but not because it's naturally organic to us. I don't think that it is.
So then when are we going to have this debate, Leo? Because, I have to say that there is nothing worse than getting knocked up by a man and wasting that egg on somebody that's unworthy of it. And then for those who, I'm not pro-abortion, but for those who are, the trouble you have to go through to not be pregnant. I mean, that's a lot on your body, which is why access to us is so much more valuable than access to a man. So even if we weren't practicing monogamy, every man would not be worthy of entering the kingdom, so to speak.
Right, but we're talking about
we can have this debate one day.
Yeah, because we're talking about things that are out of the norm and out of the ordinary. When you break it down to nature, you can look over history, and before all of these, abortion institutions and birth control and things that I saw, look, women weren't caring about that. They were getting it in. It's just that simple. With multiple different men, they didn't even know who their baby daddy was, and so it literally, that just is what it is. But that was before we let men control our sexuality and what we thought about it. But let me 281, you're on the line. They know where I'm 281 you on the line. I mean, are you gonna breathe or talk?
Oh, I'm on the line right now?
Yes.
Okay, listen,
right.
I'm watching you live, and you kind of slow compared to what's going on the phone and what's going on the live. You kind of slow. But how y'all doing tonight?
Yeah, there's a delay with live streaming. There's always like a 15 or 30-minute delay.
Listen, I ain't never really been into that, so I ain't know that.
Right, and no, I was just saying. But so, why do you think Kevin Samuels is in my analytics? Can you explain that?
Listen. Let me go and tell you right now. I don't want to talk to you about Kevin Samuels. What Kevin Samuels got going on? That's that man. You see what I'm talking about?
Okay, so what do you want to talk about then?
Listen, I got one thing. First, I got two things.
Sure, you got some smoke?
Now this is Cynthia I'm talking to, right?
Right.
Okay, this Cynthia, right? So how you go from being the type of content creator that you was when you initially came on YouTube to like what you do now? How you make that transition?
And what was I when I first came on YouTube?
I don't know. I would say you was very concerned with different type of topics, like different type of topics. You wasn't the type of content creator you are now. How you make that transition?
Well, if that's what you're saying, I was concerned. I'm still that, so I didn't make a transition. But what do you mean specifically?
Like I'm saying, like when you came on, right? You wasn't talking about the type of stuff. I don't even want to get into like.
No, get into it.
Name calling. I don't want to get into name calling.
Can you just get into it? Get into it. You called in, so just say what you want to say.
Listen, you was bringing awareness to different stuff, like awareness, a lot of different awareness. But how you go to talking about black men like every day on a constant basis like that? You see what I'm saying?
Oh, so are you meaning I stopped talking about how people of no color perpetuate white supremacy and talked about how black men do it?
Say again.
So you mean why did I switch and start talking about how black men perpetuate white supremacy instead of how people of no color do it?
Yeah, explain it to me.
It's the same thing. It's just a different group of people who are perpetuating white supremacy. And what's more problematic than white people practicing white supremacy is black men practicing it.
Okay, so what you said again. I just got my audio.
I'm not repeating all, I'm not doing
Say what you said again.
No, you coming off as real slow right now. You coming off as too slow.
I had to get my audio correct. I want you to tell what you said again.
I said because black men practicing white supremacy is more problematic than white people doing it. That's why.
Okay, explain to me how you think black men practice white supremacy.
How don't they? Everything that they do.
See. All right, don't be coming out. A lot of what you say. It's untrue. It's very untrue.
Like what? Like what?
It's weird that like if you follow your videos, you explain it in every video.
What state you live in?
Why would I tell you that? Like really?
Because I mean, it's so many examples like that go against what you be talking about. I'm just speaking up for like.
Okay, can you just tell me what I'm lying about already? Like seriously, just what am I lying about?
I mean, because it sounds like you perpetuating a lot of stuff.
Right, but you didn't say I'm perpetuating something. You said I'm lying. What am I lying about? What's one thing?
Let's take the line where you stereotype and you perpetuate. That's what you're doing.
No, actually, y'all are perpetuating the stereotype.
You're kind of doing the same thing. You're kind of doing the same thing that you say, brothers do to sisters.
I'm actually not. I'm actually not because. No, because let me tell you why I'm not. I'm not because the difference is black men actually lie. I actually don't.
Okay.
I don't. And evidence it. Like pull up a video that she's made and show where she was wrong. Because every time you talk about something, you're usually providing evidence of what's happening.
Okay, check this out. You kind of doing the same thing that you say for the like there's so many examples of dudes out there who are family men who do protect their wife, provide for their family, provide for their wife. How do you gloss over all of that just to pay attention to this? That's what.
How do I gloss over what?
How you gloss over all of that? All of that? What I just said?
All of what? I didn't hear it. You got kind of low. So what did you say?
Okay. Let me slow down. How do you gloss over all of those means that provide and protect for their families and their wives and their children? How you look over all of that just to pay attention to what you want to pay attention to?
I don't overlook it. I talk about the fact that black men don't provide or protect too. So I do talk about that stuff.
Listen, that's not true.
But no, it is true. Okay, so who are they protecting? Who do black men protect?
Their wives and their children.
No, they don't. Okay, so then why, if they're protecting their wives and their children, why did that 6-year-old boy get shot by that Asian?
Listen, man,
no, I'm asking you. You said I'm
why did Breonna Taylor get shot in her bed with her boyfriend there? And like, how did that happen?
Right.
Hey, they saying my volume low, but I'm on. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know what's going on really, but you can't do that because you're doing the same thing that you're saying. You know, those dudes are doing to you. And,
so what?
Your group of people. You're doing the same thing.
So what?
You said so what?
So what?
He said so what? Like you just like so what? Whatever.
Right. Even if I am doing it, so what?
That's why you should care about. That's why you should care about, especially if you want me to, call yourself advocating for the community and whatnot. That's why you should care about. You can't just gloss over all the dudes that our family man, are providing for their children, are doing those type of things.
So have you went and told the black men who drag black women by their edges on a daily basis? Did you go tell them the same thing? No, I'm asking. Did you?
I'm talking to you right now.
So what? And I'm asking you why. I'm asking you why. Why are you calling me?
Now you changing your tone.
Yeah, I'm changing my tone because you're not listening. I asked a question. Do you go to black male spaces where they're dragging black women, and do you tell them the same thing?
That's not why I've been calling and discussing this.
Right, but I know, but I'm asking you that. I'm asking you a question. Can you answer it?
You ain't answering my question. You ain't answering my question. How you gonna gloss over all those men? It's more men that are structured. They
No, it's not. 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 No, if it was with the black community, hold on. So you think that most black men are upstanding, structured, but the black community looks the way that it does? Really? How is that possible? No, I'm asking you, how is that possible? If most black men are upstanding, they're productive, they provide and protect, what's going on with the black community then?
I can't explain it to you.
No, you can. You can explain it because you said that most black men are productive, upstanding citizens. So I'm asking you, why aren't these productive? Right. So why aren't these productive, upstanding citizens? Why aren't they doing anything to better their communities? Why?
Listen, that's a broad question. The community.
Yes, exactly. So answer it. Exactly. So just answer it.
Okay. Well, that's a broad question. You calling one man. You ain't talking to
well, I'm talking to one man who said you're one man who said that most black men are productive, upstanding citizens, and I'm just overlooking them. And you said, excuse me.
Really?
No, I'm not. I'm not wrong. No, I'm not wrong. No, I'm not wrong. And let me tell you what the real problem is. Hold on. Let me tell you what the real problem is. The real problem is you know that I'm right. And that's why you can't back up anything you're saying. You don't go check men. You think that you can no. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. No, you do. You think you can come over here and check women. And I'm telling you, you can't. You're not coming over here to go check women. You need to go figure out why you and the majority of the other productive black men, why are y'all not doing anything to better your community since there's so many of y'all? What's the problem?
That's a broad question.
Okay, so answer it. I'm not stopping you from answering it.
Listen, you making huge generalizations about a whole group of people. You can't do that. Like something in your brain has to click and understand. One dude doesn't represent a whole group of people. Now let's get back to what I was talking about. Because you're trying to change the tone and trying to make me be responsible for a whole country of men. I don't do that. How do you take one man and what he does, whoever he is we're talking about at the moment? How you take one man and what he does and paint that to be the whole picture? Do you think that's
because it is the whole picture?
Let's say, let's put it like this. Let's say if I take one woman, right, and she do something bad, and I paint that as the whole. I paint that as like all the fight.
So there's only one. So there's
good people. I take one woman and what she do bad, Not just like.
So what percentage of Okay, so what percentage of black men do bad in the community? Like how many black men are doing bad?
I can't answer that, and you can't answer that in the website.
Well, you can. If you can tell me, yes, you can. If you can tell me, hold on. If you can tell me that the majority of black men are productive, good, providing, protecting men, then you can absolutely tell me how many of them are not. Because you just told me that the majority of them are. So how many of them aren't?
I can't answer. All I can say is based on what I see. The stuff that you say is not true.
Okay, what are you seeing? No, I don't. And no, listen, no, I don't. And it doesn't matter how many times you say, oh, I know you know that too. No, I don't. I know what I'm saying. And I know that it's not possible for the majority of black men to be good black men. It's simply not possible.
Yes, it is possible.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It occurs every day. You got brothers out there that do for those, like I said, they're rising the tree every day. How are you going to gloss over it? How you do that?
So it occurs every day, but you can't give me an example of it occurring, though.
What you mean? Give you an example? You got dudes that get up and go to work, do what they gotta do, put smiles on people's faces in their household. So how you gloss over that?
And because a man goes to work and he puts a smile on his face, that means he's a good man?
I mean, I would say if you got plenty of examples out there, right? Just because they ain't married on paper don't mean people ain't together.
Right. So I'm asking you a very specific question. So the only thing a man needs to do to be a good man is to be in a relationship. So he just simply needs to be in a relationship, get up and go to work and put a smile on his face. That makes him good?
No, I'm saying he put a smile on the people in that his wife and children. You got so many brothers doing it. How you gloss?
Right, but so that means he's a good man?
I would say.
Okay, right. So what I need you to do is go figure out what a good man is, and then we can have the discussion.
Well, what would you say is a good man?
I will say there's not many black men. A good man is a leader. He's honest. He has integrity. He helps his community. He's a provider. He's a protector, not a coward, not a closeted LGBTQ member, not running around creating broken homes all over the place, not blaming women for the children that they create, not asking women to lead them, not telling women to choose better, but not telling the men to be better. So that's what it is. Why is it that you're saying it, but you can't back it up?
I don't understand what needs to be backed up.
Okay, bye. Exactly. All right, exactly. Right. Okay, well, when you figure it out, then you can just call back. 201, you're on the line.
Happy Pride, Happy Pride Month.
Oh my God. Please go suck your dick. Never take a dick sucking break to call my line again. I mean, you could have just kept sucking that dick you were sucking. Like, seriously. Like, don't nobody got time. I'm trying to fry my chicken and talk to somebody, and you got a depraved idiot stalker wasting time. 267, you're on the line. Okay, 571, you're on the line. Or no, 267, you're still online. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up?
Okay.
My brother stayed up live. There's not many of us out there doing what we're supposed to be doing. I look around the city ass community, I see nothing but brothers killing brothers. Shit, the minister is not even on code with. They all arguing over there. So I don't understand what this brother said. He said, let me define that. I was an 11-year-old boy. My mother was getting $60. And you know what I did? I stepped up to that nigga and told that nigga, you ain't putting your hands on my mother anymore, because I'm your height now. And my mother left the guy. And my mother had to raise 10 kids on her own. Yeah, she raised 7 boys. None of us got locked up. None of us in jail. But am I going to say that the whole community is sick, hell fucking no. Because my mother is not everybody. And my mother was feminine, cooperative, and everything else, but she never got treated good by men.
Right.
Honestly, the men that she was with didn't deserve her. I told my mother all the time, like, you should have left these men alone instead of giving them second chances. She would literally go back to these men because she didn't want to have babies by different men. So she married her baby father after he gets out of jail from doing 12 years selling drugs. And then that's the one I had to step up to. My oldest brother wouldn't even accept her. So I don't know what this guy was talking about. Protection is when you protect the women in your fucking family. Just like today. My aunt was on a panel. She was arguing with somebody. And I clicked the link and I went up there and I defended her.
Okay,
that's what they call it.
That's really, really great. But I got to get to a next caller. I don't have a lot of time yet. And I just want a struggle bandit to tell me why their cat daddy is in my analytics. So thank you so much. But I got to, I know exactly. I got to let you go though. 571, you're on the line.
All right, so I keep hearing you talk about all these black men having all these issues, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's your thing.
Right.
All right, so if black men have all these problems, how come black women are still dating them?
Didn't I already say several times? Hold on, because you just asked me a question. Can I answer? Or you just okay? We live in a black man worshiping culture.
Okay.
That's why.
I mean, you have all these black women that still want to date black men because you know what? The black men are.
I just told you why. I just told you why. So you don't really need to go past. We live in a black man worshiping culture.
Well, see, black women have access to other races of men, right?
Right.
If black men are this problematic. They can date white men. They can date Asian men, Hispanic men, but they still want to date black men. Is it because black women are afraid of having to change their attitudes when they date outside the race?
Or it could be because black women are ostracized for considering men outside their race, told that they're racially disloyal, told that nobody desires them, told that they're not going to be able to get any other men but black men, probably because they're conditioned to believe that the burden of racial loyalty and maintaining the black community rests on black women's shoulder. That could be why.
I disagree. I think black women
that's fine. You can disagree.
They're going to have to lose that weight. They're going to have to get their attitude is going to have to change.
Why do you care so? Hold on. Why do you care so much about black women's weight? And how many health and fitness centers do you have? Have you built some health and fitness? Okay, right. But you're so concerned. So have you created some health and fitness and wellness centers for black women since you care so much about the health and the weight? Or are you just one of those dusty kings who like to talk about weight but don't want to do anything about it?
I just think we have to get to the root. If you're saying black men are a problem and black women should, my point is black women should choose better.
Right, they should, and they should. Exactly, I agree. I think black women should choose better, which means not choosing black men, because black men aren't going to choose to be better. Why can't they? Why can't they?
They can't. Why can't they? Date outside the black race and record numbers.
Which based on what? Based on what?
Based on the fact. Based on the fact that black women are the least likely to date outside the black race.
Guess who? No, actually, guess who's the least likely to date outside their race? Your preference, white women. Your preference, white women, is actually least likely to date outside their race. Guess what else that means? They're the least likely to date you. No, it means they're the least likely to date you. Just like they're the least likely to marry you.
Less likely to date outside the black race. We know this.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. So of all men, where do black men fall? Because I noticed that you keep comparing yourself to black women. I want you to compare yourself as a black man to other male groups. Where do black men fall? Hold on. No, because
I can't.
You can. If you can compare your desirability to Black women's, then you can compare Black men's desirability to other men. Now, where do Black men fall in desirability in comparison to other races of men?
See, I can't
Where do they fall?
Right?
Oh, yeah, you can. So hold on. You know about Black women's desirability to other races of men, but you don't know your desirability in comparison to other races of men. So you can sit up here and say that Black women are the least desired, but you don't know where you rate as a Black man in terms of your desirability in comparison to other men.
Let me ask you a question.
Where do
the best outcome for Black women? Right?
No, you're not going to dodge my question. Nope, you're not going to dodge my question. If you can't answer this question, I'm going to need you to get off my line. Where does Black men's desirability fall in comparison to all other races of men? Where is it? Where is it? No, where is it? Where do Black men's desirability come in comparison to white men, Asian men, and Latino men? Where do Black men fall?
Well, Black men rank at the bottom. I'm not going to say
exactly. So don't you think you should be worried more about why you as a Black man ranks on the bottom of all other groups of men, but you're sitting up concerned about Black women's weight loss as if your name is Jenny Craig?
But let's see, the thing is, do you want the best outcome for Black women?
Where is your priorities? I want Black men who 70% of them are obese. I want y'all to explain why you fat and dusty and undesirable. That's what I want you to explain.
Right.
And right, but we give birth to babies. What's your excuse? Why are 70% of y'all overweight? So why are all 70% of Black men?
And the funny thing is, look, I have to interject because the hilarious thing is like they're talking about. He just said Black women's weight. The majority of the white women they get are horribly morbid obese. So clearly, weight isn't the issue for them. So let's just like put that to one side.
Well, I mean, I don't think you want to make a comparison between which one is more obese, Black women or white women.
Yeah, we do. Actually, we do. Do you want to pull up the stats? Do you want to pull up the stats? Do you want to pull up the stats? You sure? You sure you want to go there?
Let's pull up the stats.
Okay, we will. We sure will. We sure will. White women, because white women are Hispanic women too. And actually the weight comes in. Can
I just say this because it wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter what the stats are. Black men get the throwbacks that white men don't want. And we're also rather all, if 90% of white women were skinny, you still get the fat ones. Those are the ones that Black men are eligible for, the fat throwbacks. And that's just the reality. So if all the white women were skinny, you still get the fat ones. That's what you are.
Why are you worried about Black women's weight when you admitted that you're the least desirable man on the face of the planet? You can't afford. Hey, listen. You can't afford, literally and figuratively, you can't afford to be focused on Black women's weight. You need to figure out how to level up. And not be the least desired man. You need to figure out. First of all, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to deal with that 70% obesity rate that Black men have. You need to deal with that high rate of single mothers in every community that Black men are racking up. You need to deal with the fact that Black men are the most unemployed male group. And you just said the least desired. That's what you need to be worried about. You need to worry about why it is. Hold on. You need to worry about why it is when you go to your preferences, you have a 200% chance of divorcing. That's what you need to be worried about. Why is it that no other race of woman wants to marry you? They only want to see how you fare in terms of bed bucking, and then they discard you. You need to be figuring out why it is that every single group of women complain they got the same Black man that Black women get. That's what you need to be concerning yourself with. You don't have time to be worried about Black women being fat when you're fat. You got the highest obesity rate of any male group. You got the highest obesity rate of any male group, and you're talking about Black women.
Can I get a word in?
Ask a question. Well, before you get a word in, can you answer a question for me? If you identify Black men, of which you are one, as the least desirable of all men on the planet, then why do you think you're in a position to make demands of any woman as
as far as what they should or should not be when you are the least likely to be chosen of all of the other men.
Where are Black women going to go? Where are Black women going to go? You have no choice but to do this.
I'm a witness.
Where are Black women going to go?
With you guys, but I mean, many of us.
No, Black women don't have to deal with you. Black women don't have to deal with you, and more Black women are choosing not to deal with you. And that's why y'all spazzed out right along with Dusty Godfrey when you saw that ad with a Black woman and a white man on there. Do we really want to go there? No, do we really want to go there?
Which race of men are desiring Black women like that?
All of them. When did white men stop desiring Black women? Tell me when the date was. When was that era?
I mean,
when did white men hello?
Black women has never happened.
When did white men stop desiring Black women? Since you're the mouthpiece for white men now.
Let me answer that question. There was an OkCupid study that came out about people picking certain preferences. Mm-hmm. Black women ranked at the opposite end of that scale.
And guess where Black men ranked? Because they compare Black women to other women and they compare Black men to other men. Where do you think Black men fared in comparison to other men?
Let's see. Black men are more
no, they're not.
Problems. We can look at other races of women.
No, they're not. No, you can't. You can do what? You can do what?
Get other races of women.
Okay, and you can turn them into single mothers too. Don't nobody care if they getting it. What part of they're getting the same Black men do you not understand?
My point is, Black women have no choice but to deal with Black men because there's no men out there desiring you like that.
No, there's not. This is the narrative of a DV abuser, where they sit up there and tell you, "Oh, don't nobody want you but me, but we can go get other women, but don't nobody want y'all." Okay.
These are facts. Why are you? I didn't come up with the OkCupid study that says that Black women are at the bottom of the
right. And the same study and the same. What did the same study say about Black men?
But compared to Black men and Black women,
because it didn't compare Black men to Black women. You're doing that. It compared Black men to other races of men. Where did Black men fall?
See, Black men have no problem dating now.
Where did Black men fall? Black women don't either. Yeah. That's Black women don't either. And that's why y'all been trolling Crystalline for so long, is because she tells Black women to go out and get white men, which they do. Now, on that study, since you're comparing it, because the study didn't compare Black men to Black women, it compared Black men to other races of men. Where did it say Black men could fall on the scale of desirability? And where did they fall on the likelihood of getting responses back from other races of women in comparison to white men? Where did Black men fall?
I looked at that study.
Yeah, I did too. I did too.
Black women.
And Black men got the least. Black men got the least. But they weren't comparing Black men to Black women, dummy. They compared you to men. Right. You want to compare yourself to Black women instead of other races of men because you want to try to one up a woman, and that ain't how it works. In comparison to men, you're doing it, and you're undesirable too. But the thing is, you're just as undesirable. You're just as undesirable. And the funny thing is, Black men are the ones who pursue marriage and relationships, and Black men are still at the bottom when they're the one who's pursuing them. The women don't want you, genius. So you can sit there and say black men can date out. Black men can date out. Who cares? Guess what? All races of men are dating out. You're not in a special club. You're doing what you were given permission to. You're late to the party, buddy. Do you know how long white men been dating out? White man was dating out with you.
Black men.
White man was taking you before you had the opportunity to willingly do it. So what are you talking about? You just got to the party. Stop trying to flex. Because you wouldn't even be in if white men didn't give you a guest pass to get in. You're not, no, you're not
And he's
special.
only trying to flex on black women. He's like, don't compare me to a man. I only want to be compared to a black woman.
Because he has to prove a point. Dude, if you got to prove a point by comparing yourself to women, you have to prove a point by comparing yourself to women. What point are you trying to prove by comparing yourself to women? Go ahead. What point are you trying to prove?
Let me ask that question. Let me ask that
Okay,
question.
go ahead.
My point is, black women have nowhere else to go, so they have to figure out a way to deal with black men. All of the same.
So you're comparing. So let me get this straight. You're comparing yourself to black women, all as a means of trying to manipulate black women into believing that they got to continue to deal with you, basically.
Where are they going to go? Where are black women going to go?
Well, they gonna go wherever they want to go. They're gonna go wherever they want to go.
That is delusional.
Yeah, they're gonna go wherever they want to go.
One of the biggest jokes ever.
Okay, so why do y'all keep complaining about Serena Williams then? If that ain't the case, why do y'all care about Serena Williams? Yeah, but black.
She does. I date outside my race all the time.
Okay, so what's your point? Everybody do. Which group of men don't date outside their race?
You know, I'm just saying you brought up Serena.
And guess what? Those other men, I guarantee you, they date outside their race more than you do.
Well, it doesn't matter, right?
What's the rate of white men who date outside their race in comparison to black men? I guarantee you, I guarantee, and I'm trying to help black men, and I'm trying to help black men get on white men's level. Get on white men's level.
Black men can't go, since black women can't go anywhere, they have to work with us.
But no, we don't. We actually don't have to work with you. We don't.
You have to work with us because the other races and men are just gonna come on a White House.
We don't believe you. We don't believe you. We don't believe you. We really don't believe you. We don't believe you. No, we don't. No, we don't.
To me, this is like a clear example why black women need to just like say bye-bye and not deal with black men at all. Because this guy is delusional. And black women always have options. And it's like, it's just laughable. So this is like a great example of why black women need to just demonstrate to losers like this that they're not an option. Like black men need to not be an option for black women.
You know, you're gonna have to deal with black men because that's all you got.
If black women did not have options, you wouldn't be on here trying to use reverse psychology to basically beg black women to choose you.
Right? A lot of black women don't want to be submissive. That's also another issue that we got to talk about.
And when we ain't about to submit to
what? This is a coward looking for someone to submit to me. It's like that's the only way that he'll feel strong if he can get somebody to submit. It's like, go sit down. It's like you're at the bottom, globally at the bottom of the totem pole. Nobody's interested in you. Black women need to just like move on, really. And just black men shouldn't have access to black women at this point. Like really, they shouldn't even have black women as an option.
Like, I just want to know if black women have nowhere to go. Why do you have to be on here trying to convince black women they have nowhere to go? Clearly, black women have somewhere to go because you're on here trying to convince them that they don't.
Settle with a black man in their 20s and 30s, they wouldn't have had these problems. I'm trying to help.
No, you're not. Black men,
you're trying to help
black
yourself.
men can save themselves. You can't even save yourself. What you mean? You begging white men to save you, dude.
Women listen to women like you,
dude. You beg, dude. If you don't get out of look, dude, because you're talking fast, you sound like a hood rat. If you want to suck Kevin Samuel's dick, go do it on his channel. You're not digital deep throating over here. The bottom line is, sir, if you really believe that black women have no options, then why aren't you just sitting back and watching? Why are you over here trying to convince us?
Well, I'm just
why?
Some folks are pulling, because people are lying to black women about this whole.
Who cares? Why do you care? Why do you care? Why do you care? Why do you care what black women believe?
People are lying to black women.
Then let black women. Okay, so then let black women go experience that L on their own. Why do you care?
Well, I care because, when you watch
it's like you guys are the most oppressed men on the planet. Why don't
they made it in 20 and 30? So we have to, I look at all these issues and I think we have to make an effort to tell Black women the truth, right? There's no other option out there. You got to deal with Black men, so learn how to deal with it.
I thought you were dating outside of the Black female collective anyway. So since you're happily doing that, why are you here in Black women's spaces trying to convince them that they need you?
I just said I date out different races. I never said I'm currently dating a white or an Asian woman. I'm just saying I date different women of different races. Right. My current girlfriend is Black, but you know, I've never been with only Black women.
I don't even believe that he has a girlfriend. I believe he has a boyfriend.
Nationalist.
He gets really angry.
You know?
Feminine.
He's an angry bird because he recognizes and realizes that Black women are understanding who Black men are. They understand they have other options. And look, dude, we don't even really care what you think over here. We're entertaining you for shits and giggles at this point. We don't believe you. We don't care about your opinion. You could literally sit up here and tell us that we got nobody other than Black men until your tongue fall out of your dusty mouth. But at the end of the day, we don't care. We will take anybody. We will die alone over than dealing with your struggle dust. What part of that do you not understand? We don't care. You need more people. You're convincing yourself. Go suck Kevin Samuel's dick.
I would stop clout chasing Kevin Samuels.
What clout does he have?
Talking about that man all the time.
What clout does he have? What clout does he have?
You keep talking about
what clout does he have? What clout does he have?
Why do you keep talking about it?
What clout am I chasing? Because I can. Because I can. Now, what clout does he have that I'm chasing? What? Hood rat. Hood rat. What? Hello, hood rat. Hood rat. What clout does he have that I am chasing? What clout does he have?
If he had 2,000 subscribers, would you talk about him?
Subscribers is not clout. So again, what clout does he have that I'm chasing? Where is it?
Subscribers are
you keep talking about him. Clearly.
What clout does he have? What clout does he have? That's fine. You said I'm clout chasing. You said I'm clout chasing. Talking about someone doesn't have anything to do with clout, genius. What clout am I chasing?
I mean, you're using his name to bring traffic to your channel.
No, we actually proved that his name is not bringing traffic to my channel when I showed the analytics. So why do you keep talking because I can.
Why do you keep talking?
Because I can.
Now,
are you going to keep? Why are you simping for men? Why are you simping for men? Why are you simping for men? Why are you simping for men?
He's trying to shoot a shot.
Why are you simping for men? Why are you simping for men? Sure, Simp. Go ahead, Simp.
If he was less influential, you would not be talking about it.
Why are you simping for another man? Why are you on my phone simping for a man?
Same reason he was comparing himself to women.
I want to know why you up here simping for a man.
You keep talking about him, so you know.
Okay, so what's your point, Simp? So you flew in here with your cape on, Simp, to protect this man because a woman's talking about him. Is that what you did? You got to protect your daddy?
Well, you hate on him because he's actually telling the truth.
Okay, I don't watch him. I don't watch him, so I wouldn't know whether he's telling the truth from a lie. But I know if he ain't sitting up there letting people know he gay, then he lying. Okay, well he lying.
You probably watching the show with a fake account. You probably watching the show with a fake account.
Listen, you're attracted to him. I'm not. Okay, you will go bussy pop for him.
He's out here. He's like, I'm gonna defend
what he's talking about.
You waving the pom poms, not me. You the one who waving your pom poms and twerking your booty and your little bussy, not me. I'm not popping coochie for him in his chat box. You popping bussy on my phone line for this man. You're a simp.
You keep talking about him.
You're a simp.
Clearly, you keep talking about him.
Okay, so what's your point? And I'm gonna keep talking about him. What do you want to about
it? Stop talking about him. If he's not influential,
you a simp. You're a simp.
What he's saying is
okay, you're a simp, and simps don't get to know. It's just that you're a simp. I actually like seeing y'all little simping dusties squirm. You're the reason why I'm talking about him. You're the reason, because I want to see how many of y'all are gonna pop your bussy all over the place for this man.
It's not about popping no pussy.
Well, it is with you. It is with you because you popping your pussy.
Somebody countering the false narrative that is being pushed by women all across in America, and especially across YouTube. We finally have somebody out there who's actually telling the truth. The guys out there.
He's not.
Like
so let me, you know what? It doesn't matter what grain of truth is anything he says. At the end of the day, if Black women are so fat, undesirable, and unwanted, Black men wouldn't spend all their time trying to tell them how to be desirable to them. Clearly, men don't waste their time with women they don't desire. You guys are obsessed with Black women. You've been carrying on for the past 20 minutes because you're obsessed with Black women. That level of obsession does not correlate with you coming on here saying Black women are undesirable. Clearly, we're very desirable because you're in a chat room with mostly Black women talking to a panel of Black women about why Black women should care about what you think. So who is obsessed with who? Who's undesirable when you're here? You want to be around us. You're in our space. You're trying to hear our voice. So clearly we're very desirable because you're here. You're here and he's running his mouth about us. Clearly we're very desirable. The proof is in the pudding, and that's the truth.
I'm here to tell Black women there's no other option out there but Black
You're
women.
here for attention from Black women. That's what you're here for. You're here to beg what you deserve, what you desire. You're here to beg the women you desire to do what you want them to do. That's what you're here for.
Not really. I'm just here to.
Then you have no reason to be here then. We are undesirable and you don't want us. Go away.
Black men and
go away or just admit what it is.
Shit narrative.
If we're so undesirable, why are you in our face? Why are you talking about us if we're so undesirable?
See, what you guys are talking about.
Why have you given Black women so much thought? If they are if Black women are so undesirable, why have you given us so much thought?
To stay together and work with a man. All right.
Like I said, just admit we're not undesirable and you do desire us. Just say it. Free yourself. Free yourself. Say I desire Black women.
Black women together. All right.
Just say I desire Black women. That's why I'm here.
Stop all these Black men.
Just say I desire Black women. That's why I'm here. Just say it. Just admit it. I desire Black women. That is why I'm here. There's no shame in it. Just say it.
Would he be on my phone? Would he be on my phone with his trash bag logic if we didn't live in a Black male worshiping community? Probably not.
I'm just helping Black women. I hope Black women listen to it. You have no other choice out there. Don't listen to this bullshit diverse movement. It doesn't help anybody. That's all I'm trying to say.
We don't care. Like, that's the thing. We heard what you had to say. We still don't care. Bottom line is Black women are dating now. It is what it is. Black women are dating now.
That's the wrong assessment. The numbers don't support it.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So then why do you care?
He's like, we're garbage and you guys need us.
Men out there are not dating Black women like that. The numbers don't support it.
Okay. Right. So what's your problem?
Our problem is Black women should stick with Black men, and also you stop clout chasing Kevin Samuels.
But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Black women are not going to stick with Black men. It just is what it is. We're not. We're not sticking with Black men. We're not tolerating the dust. We don't care where you take your 3 trash bags. We don't care about your lies. You can scream you're undesirable until your dusty tongue fall out of your mush mouth. And at the end of the day, we still don't care. We don't care. Goodbye.
We still rise.
All right, have a good stuff.
Like, well, what part of we don't care do he's not getting? We don't care. 203, you're on the line. 203. Okay, let's get you up. 330.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, okay, so it's me. Hey, Stan, so I've left your channel. So I just wanted to come and bring some type of grounding to your conversation. So everyone keeps talking about the Black community. And I think Black men, just because they think so service level, they don't think of like lineage. So the only Black people in the world who doesn't have access to their culture or have any control over their own culture is African Americans, the lineage of slaves here in this country. And so with that being said and out the way, I want to know, like, what is the end goal for your channel thing? in terms of our relationships with Black men. So we don't have to, obviously Black women deserve respect. We don't have to date men who aren't respectful to us. But do you believe that there should be some type of respect? There should be some type of image that we should portray as Black women to the world, even in terms of dealing with our men?
I think we shouldn't deal with them because they're not our men. They belong to the streets and white men. Number one, I don't think we should keep referring to them as our men because they're adamantly saying we're not their women. And I think we need to stop dealing with them and stop supporting them. And I think if we continue to deal with them and support them, we're going to continue to get this same trash bag, dusty Black man like the one who just called us.
But that's not all Black men. Like there's African Black men, there's Latino Black men. You're talking about specifically African American Black men, right?
No, because African men here act the same way.
Oh, not the ones that I've had interactions with. And just one more thing, you have a lot of young Black women that are watching your channel. Are you wanting Black women to be martyrs?
Am I what?
Are you wanting Black women to be martyrs? Are you wanting your spirit in how you do your videos? It comes off as if you're wanting Black women to be martyrs, to be this aggressive spirit, this aggressive.
No, that's actually the opposite of my message. My message is for Black women to understand who Black men are, act accordingly so that they can rest and so that they don't have to be masculine or aggressive. That's what I want them to do.
Okay, and just one more thing, and then I'm done, because I love your channel. I believe the truth that's being spoken on your channel is necessary. I know there's probably not a lot of Christians in the room or people who believe in the Bible. So I just want to say that the Bible is actually a patriarchal manuscript for women on how to maneuver in a patriarchal society. So if you ever want to go into the Bible, it talks about the tongue, it talks about how men view women, how they expect women to work, or how they expect women to act in society. I know it's not fair, but if they're wanting to get a certain reaction out of men, you have to come to them in a way that they can take.
No, you don't. The bottom line of it is what Black women need to do is have self-love and stop letting Black men's opinion reside in their mind. Black men need to level up and act like they're actually men before they get some submission. And why would you want to tell Black women to go to a book to learn how to get Black men who are not doing anything and who can't benefit them? Why would you do that?
Well, I, as a Christian, maybe the only Christian on this panel.
The image that Black women deserve to have portrayed about them, which is decency, which is godliness, that value, that noble woman. Black women deserve to have that image in society.
Girl,
I'm not saying.
Can I just say?
And one of the best relationships, literally. Moving into an apartment, paid all the bills. I've never had a Black man do that for me. But I'm not saying right or wrong. That's how I deserve to be treated, whether I'm with a Black man, white man, Asian man, whoever. I deserve to have a provider and a head of the household. I just feel like there has to be some type of etiquette for Black women. We have girls out here dying as martyrs, and it's not okay.
What do you mean as martyrs? Why do you keep saying that? What do you mean? Why do you keep saying that? You saying women dying as martyrs? What do you mean?
Black women, men are threatened by women who act in that way.
And act in what way? What do you mean? What do you mean? Act in what way? What way are women acting in?
Did you not see how people reacted with Meg Thee Stallion when she got shot in the foot by a Black man? And they said that she deserves it because she's aggressive, because she's a tall, big Black woman. There are threats.
Who said that? Who are they? Who said that? Who said that?
I see how all Black men react.
Right. Exactly. All Black men. So Black men are doing what they do. That's Black men referring to so you think that Black women should change because if Black women change, it's going to make Black men do what?
No, Black women should be their nature. It is not in your nature to buck up to a man. It's not in your nature. You don't want to do
Black women can. Do Black women have the opportunity? Do Black women have the opportunity to operate within their nature? Do Black women have the opportunity to operate within their nature?
It's not in your nature to combat.
Do black women, I'm asking a specific question. You can't answer it. Does black women, okay, hold on. I have to mute you. I don't want to, but I'm asking you a question because you said that black women should operate within their nature. I agree. Do we have the opportunity of doing that? When do we have the opportunity to oporate within our nature?
I think the better question is, do black men provide an environment for that?
You're responsible for
what environment are we in that would allow us to operate in our what environment?
The fact that we live in a patriarchal society allows us to be in our feminine nature.
Really?
It allows us to be
really?
It's not. It doesn't give us power, but there's a way that you can maneuver. Our ancestors have figured this out.
You sound silly. You're in a racially oppressive system. What are you talking about? You're in a racially oppressive system. Hold on. Because you're saying we're in the environment in a patriarchy. That implies that we have a male group who's playing their role, who's in their masculine position. Where are the masculine warrior black men who are protecting us and securing our environment so we can rest in our femininity? Where are they? Where are they at?
They don't have to act like anything.
No, you said men created a competing male group created it, meaning black men are not standing up and securing our environment so that we can rest in our femininity. How are you missing that? What part of that do you not get?
I want to say just something real quick.
I want you to answer the question. Like, if we're going to have a conversation, then answer the question. If not, you can just jump off the line. But you can't just dodge questions. Have black men, where are the strong warrior black men who are providers and protected, who have created an environment for us to rest in our femininity? Where are they?
Can I just ask another question? Because biblically speaking, where are the men, the black men that loved the black woman like Christ loved his church? Where are those men at?
That's what I mean by the patriarchal. Do you believe that patriarchal societies love women, or they see women as objects to be used? I'm not saying
it's like you're coming off as delusional. Because anywhere you spin it, any way you spin it, black men aren't doing anything that a man should be doing in their society. Not for women, not for themselves, not for children, not for anyone in the community. So why would you encourage black women to submit to someone who isn't doing anything?
Hold on. Hold on, because you don't make any sense. Hold on. Because you don't make any sense. And you're making statements and then you're not answering the follow-up questions. She just told you black men are not doing anything. They're not. So where is this environment and this ability? Who is creating it for black women?
That's not, they don't care. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's not, they don't care. If you're not in system with men and you don't come at them in a certain way, they don't care about you. All of this yelling and stuff, they will throw you, kill you, and throw you to the side and not think twice about you. I need you to understand that. That's
right. So what's your point? Yeah, right. So what is your then what is your point? Then
she seems like a lunatic because I work in DV and women who are super religious and super submissive, they're in environments with men where they get beat, abused, raped, and taken advantage of, and they're submissive as hell. So like I don't understand this ideal in her mind where, I'm sorry, but you're so delusional that it doesn't matter whether you look at biblical contents or you're looking at just, the secular world of the way things are going in society. There's nowhere you can look globally where black men are doing what they're supposed to be doing for themselves, for their society, for their children, for their women, for anyone. So I don't understand. I'm perplexed as to why she thinks black women submitting and being docile and would change that dynamic when it hasn't.
I don't like the fact that the Bible is being brought up in this at all. The Bible is a blueprint that teaches us all how to have a relationship with God, but more importantly, or not more importantly, but when it comes to society, it teaches men how to properly manage a society. It doesn't put the onus of managing a society or getting men to act a certain way on women. It puts the onus on men to do their job. And that is just a fact about scripture. So we should not twist that. And also I want to say that it would be very dangerous, and this is to all women, to be in submission to a man who is out of control and not right in the head. The Bible does not say women as a whole are in submission to men as a whole. It says that in your household, with your husband, with your father, with the men that are related to you, that we're under their protection and submission. That does not extend to all of society. So I don't think we should bring the Bible into this. And I don't think that I do not think that it's the burden is on women. Now, I'm not saying that we can't have, standards for ourselves as women, but the burden is not on us to make men behave well. A good person, a good man, a man with morals is going to act with morals regardless of your behavior, because his behavior and his moral compass is not dependent or contingent upon you. It's contingent upon his dedication to being a decent human being, and that is not our responsibility to cultivate.
That's the image of Black women that we want to broadcast.
But why do you think that Black women's image has anything to do with Black men doing anything? Like, why do you keep mentioning Black women's image?
You're still very in love with Black men. You are still, Cynthia, all you ladies on this panel, you are in love with Black men, even to the point where you're angry. I'm trying to get with Black women too. If you're really serious about Black women taking their options, they have to conduct themselves.
I can't, I just can't. I can't do it. I'm not about to subject myself to that. She sounds stupid. And it just is what it is. It just is what it is. She just sounds stupid. 206 here in the house. 206.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, yeah. I'm actually just calling to give a little input. What the last caller said about African men being different. I am an African. I live in Seattle. That is actually not true. I was actually having a conversation with my sister a couple of days ago. And she says, like, all the guys over there went to the same school because they all have the same attitude, but they want to take care of their kids, have babies here and there, leave them, that they even have to pass law recently, like of child abuse services to get them to care for their children. So it's like they are all the same. There is no difference. You just have to hope for the best one. Because the same thing in Africa, have babies here, leave them, don't care for them, because she experienced the exact same thing. And so I just want to give my input on that because I am like UN, and because I was trying to go home, and I'm like, I need to find a husband, and she's like, partnering with the time to come over here to find a husband because you're not going to get a good one. You just have to hope for wherever you have to find a good one there. So, yeah, that was just my input.
Thank you so much for calling in and sharing that. I do appreciate it, but I'm about to get off of here. So thank you so much. It's like 9 o'clock already. I didn't plan to be on here that long. But thank you so much to all of the callers for calling in. I wish I could have got to all of y'all. But yeah, I'm about to get off of here. What's up with that basket case? That do you see what I mean? Which is the problem and the reason why Black men are not going to do better?
Yeah, that's crazy. Especially interesting enough having that discussion, like her calling right after the guy who comes on to say, you guys are fat, nobody wants you. And,
right.
And then she's like, yeah, we want those guys. Like, no.
I understand her thinking Black women should have like standards as far as like how we carry ourselves and things, but to say that we should have those standards because it's going to make a bad person be good, I think that is a problem. whatever standards we have, that's because we're, standing in our womanhood and trying to be the best women we can be, not in the hopes of making a vile person no longer be vile. That's just not fair. But
it's literally the dumbest thing I've heard. It's literally the dumbest thing I've heard. And it's like, why are we changing ourselves for men who are choosing to be derelict and who have nothing to offer? Like, I don't get that. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, it's like, why? Maybe she believes him that those are our only options. Maybe that's her only option. So she thinks that it's true.
Well, yeah, because look at that dude with his DV pathology calling in to tell Black women nobody wants him. And so you might as well get with their program. It's like, first of all, if you had a program, I mean...
and it was benefiting you. It's like, you should at least be in a better state in society if your program was something to be followed. But it's like, no, not when you're globally at the bottom of the barrel. It's like you're looking for yourself. So.
Yeah, that was tragic. It really was, that whole thing, because it's like, until Black women stop standing in between Black men and accountability,
right?
They're never going to do better.
It is dangerous because it's like, even Black women want to put the accountability for Black men on Black women. Like, and it's like, wow, that's, for me, it's like, at this stage, Black men don't have access. I was like, you're not even an option for me. Sorry.
With that mentality, and that's why I'm saying this is the monster that the Black male culture has created. If this is the monster, the Black male worshiping culture has created a monster. But I'm getting off here to eat my food and relax, and I'm sure we'll do this again. Thanks to everybody for the super chats and cash apps, and to the callers. Sorry we didn't get all of you, but I will see you guys later.
Yep, bye.